Hey, what's up, Vang? I'm a little early. I'm a little early. Ah, what's up? What's up, Pixie? Oh, everybody jumping in early. Wow. What's up, Belle? How is everybody doing today? Hey, hey, hey. And here she is. You really, man, you really need to get them arm wests. Ladies and gentlemen, Lady Liz, as always, looking beautiful as ever. Huh? I think you changed the light the other day? For painting. I believe that is the why. It might even be dimmed a click or two, maybe, possibly. Is there a haze, folks? You're asking the guy with the stigmatism if there's a haze. Oh, in the background? No, I don't see one. Like, but still, everything is a haze for me. I have a stigmat. Again with the chair and falling. We don't have armrests, so it goes back. I'm gonna need you to calm down on the plopping. What is happening? I jumped a milestone in my what? Oh, over a. Okay, I have questions about that. Like I have so many questions. I have questions, but that's good, Allie. That's good. That's opening up. That's wow, impressive. Okay. So. Wait a second. I just have a question really quick. Okay, first off, did everybody here, there's only 4 of us right now, plus us. Did everybody watch the episode, right? He said you're crying over a dragon. If he only knew. If he only knew. There's a whole Discord of y'all crying over a dragon. Okay, so if everybody saw it, who was Jace's dad again? I just need to clarify. Who was Jace's dad? Who is his donor? Was it him or was it somebody else? I'm like, wait. I'm not 100%. It was strong. Cole was that his first? Was his first name Cole? Cole Strong, the guard, right? The Knight's Guard. The gold one, right? Was it, or am I getting it confused with somebody else, and that's why? Okay. The guy who died in. Okay, that's why. Okay. I was getting it confused for a second. I was like, wait, if that's Cole's son, why do I care? It's Cole. It's Cole. I was like, okay, but it's Sir Har. Okay, gotcha. Now yeah, okay, got it. Okay, that made more sense. Got it. Okay. All right, a little bit more sense, but I mean, he should have stayed. Like, he should have just done what his mama told him. He should have done what his mama told him. But anyway, it was kind of crazy. That was a big episode. And Underbite did he don't give no nod or none. He was like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Underbite was wild, y'all. For real. He said, not at, I don't give a fuck. For real. That was wild. Ooh, so Allie, how did the movie go? I saw all the popcorn. That was amazing. That was cool. All the little the flavors. But how did the overall movie? How did he like it? How did he like the movie? We just watched it today. She cried again. Liz Face cried again. It was awesome. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, we watched it again today. She cried again. Liz Face cried again. The 2 littles cried. I got really, really emotional and watered up and was like, this might be my favorite movie right now. So, yeah, it was good. It's a good movie. And I noticed this time when I watched it, since, I saw the movie and I'm reading the book. And then since I saw it again, I did notice the few of the differences and how they kind of changed it and what they just kind of skimmed over and a few other things. So that's kind of cool to notice those differences. The salted caramel popcorn. That was the one that you said. That was the one that sounded the yummiest. Was the salted caramel. That one sounded the yummiest. And then the dill pickle. That one sounded weird. And I think you had a ranch one too, didn't you? I think you had a ranch one. It sounded weird. I don't know about ranch popcorn ranch. Ranch flavored popcorn. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she had salted caramel. That sounded was amazing. The dill pickle, yeah. What? We tell you when we went to get Nene some ice cream one day, she went to grab the ice cream and she grabbed butter pecan and none of us said nothing. And we're like, "You good?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You sure?" She's like, "Yeah." And then they're like, "No." And oh, yeah. GF Nuggies with dill pickle ranch. Bangerang. That sounds yummy. They made crepes for dinner. You're trying to figure out dinner. She's like, I'm gonna run gluten-free. The breading. Okay. Right. No, that makes sense. I get it. I didn't know what that was. I thought it was like a brand, like Dino.
No, gluten-free, so the breading doesn't have
Have gluten in it. Haha. I mean, it doesn't have gluten, as that's why it is gluten-free.
That we can have chicken nuggets.
Thinking of making taco salad. Ooh, taco salad. Ooh, so when you make a taco salad, do you do the one where where they go, white people taco night, we get the tortillas from the grocery store and the seasoning from the grocery store? Is it that kind of taco salad? I am funny. Gluten-free is no wheat. I don't know how this family would go if there was no wheat. Ooh, these are 2 long chapters tonight. Ooh, crazy. We might get started a little early tonight. Might get started early. They're 40-minute chapters.
I'm not ignoring you.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I hope Starside is the next standalone. I mean, it'll be a while because of the I think what we already have, but
it depends on how quickly he reads this book and the next. If he's ahead, we can always add in a standalone.
Yeah. But isn't it like a dual? I thought they said it might be a duology.
Yeah, but it's book one is
Well,
out
since there's only one book, we don't understand. Roger. So we're not calling a series unless the series it's a series. If it's only 1 or 2, okay, yeah, Roger that.
If it's only 1, book 2 might come out.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
What we do want to know?
Chicken butt.
You know what I really want to know? Is why is it? What is today? June what?
20-something.
It's June 22nd. Avatar 6 comes out October 27th. Why are we still calling it Avatar 6?
Why are we?
Why don't we have a title?
Why? It doesn't matter. We're still going to read it no matter what the title is. But no, it doesn't. Because no matter what the title is, no matter what the arc is, no matter what the cover looks like, we're all still going to pick it up and read it. So don't think about it. It makes time go slower. Focus on the now, what we can handle, not what we can't control. We can't control that. It is out of your control. No matter, I mean, you can will it and you can want it, but then you're wasting time. Oh, right. You can try to manifest it, or you could manifest billions of dollars so we could get our own land and build a compound. I mean, it's what is more important. I'm just saying. Therapist approved West. But I'm with Liz on
Exactly.
Oh man.
Why are we
I get it.
keeping a title now? Okay. I mean, if there's one thing George did right, at least he gave us a title, right? We knew what to ask for.
That's funny.
We knew what to ask
up,
for,
love?
but no, now we have to be vague. Like, ooh, Avatar 6. Ooh.
Yeah, just 30-second dog. No. Unless you want to like
Unless you
super-de
want it.
duper hot, like, it's astrophage hot. Love you. I'm just saying though. I'm just saying. Saying. She gave birth.
I mean, but you know, even if
It's
wasn't,
Apple.
like,
It's Apple. The name of the book is Apple.
no. Agnes.
Agnes. A court of Agnes. Okay, let's just go with that. Like, just don't focus on it. Just focus
No.
on many things.
Give me the name.
The name is A Court of Two Springs. Because we got the door fixed.
Never-ending story. This isn't say my name. No.
Moonchild. Moonchild. A Court of Elaine learning to plant vegetables. Right? Oh, no worries, Court. I understand. Well, I appreciate you
Potatoes.
stopping
Have you
by.
met them?
A Court of I ain't gonna tell you. See?
Exactly.
A Court of don't worry about it, motherfuckers. It come out when it come out.
A court of shush.
And shush. A Court of shush. That's funny. That's a good one.
You're gonna use that again.
A Court of trauma. A Court of ass and booty beads. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. A Court of ass and booty beads. You know what it isn't? You know what it isn't?
Not a court of Tamlin.
The Court of Tamlin is wild. What are you guessing the names when she'll say something? My footage is. Oh man.
No, so cryptic.
Like I don't even worry. It's gonna like people are like no. I'm like why does it matter? Don't even worry about it. Because I feel like it's gonna turn into a Rebecca Yarros. Rebecca! One of them with fucking Riddick. Like we're gonna keep saying the name and she gonna be like, you know what? That's why she ain't put the name out yet. It's kind of like that poll.
She knows.
Who's gonna end up on the Iron
that
Throne? They're
means-
waiting
that
for the
means-
worst name and then she gonna flip it.
No, you know why she hasn't released it? Is because as soon as the title's released, it's gonna tell us who it's about, like who it's about. And what.
Yeah, it'll give everything away. That's what I'm saying. They're just waiting to last possible minute. So, like,
So it's
we
not
just
gonna
don't say
be vague.
nothing. So it's the quarter we gonna read it no matter what the fuck it. So why do we care if? How about that if? I'm just saying.
A court of fucketh.
A quarter fucketh. A quarter. So much shit went wrong.
A court of gaff.
A quarter. This could have been avoided by planting vegetables.
A court of gaff.
Wait, but actually,
Gas
but hang on.
given.
Let's think about this though. Let's think about this. If Elaine would have planted vegetables, then she wouldn't have hunted, and then this would have never happened. And then maybe the redhead would have taken over, and then broken, and then they'd just be taken over.
But what about why?
What if
why
it's
did
the
we-
what if it's the court of what ifs?
You know who they made such a big deal about that chick at the beginning with the pelts, the mercenary,
The chick at the beginning, you mean the half a page that she sold the felts to that had a couple scars, a twitch
Yeah.
leg, and some. I mean, they spent a whole lot of time. It's
yeah,
like
but
it's like
they
a half a
made that
page.
interesting. Like we need to know about that one.
They didn't make it interesting. It was interesting because the first 430 pages of the book were like, oh my God, I'm reading a 16-year-old love romance, and the book didn't get interesting until the last 100 pages when two, because me and Tamlin, the worm was cool. Like, yeah, come on. The only reason I kept going is because you said it's book 2. Now, correct. Book 2 is what hooked me, but let's just keep it freaking honest here.
I know who it was.
What? It was Heckler. Heckler? Where the Heckler going into this one? It was Critica. It was Critica. It was Critica chirping. That's what she dodged Critica and Critica in the bullseye. Poor Andreas.
I'm in the part where she looked in the bush and she sees a squirrel. By the way.
Squirrel.
You know what I'm talking about.
Ooh.
You'll know what I'm talking about.
If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. I'm more curious about not book 4. Accorda Nunya. I like that one. I didn't see that one. That's hilarious. That's funny. What else we got? Olivia Benson. Olivia Benson. A Fenroy Dr. Lego's like, I want the 4th brain. What is it now? That's funny. Hey, P, what's up? What's up?
Oh, damn,
What's up?
I thought you meant the other
What's up? No, she's Fenroyerson, not Fenris. Oh, thanks for the gifts. Thank you. Jeez, you two wow, that's 2 opposite sides there, my guy.
I know, I like him.
Oh, high five. Bell said a court of law, so it made me think of Olivia Benson. That's funny. So what you up to, P? You been busy going to that the book signing thing? That was funny. Post your video. You need to post. You see, you did what I did the other day, where I edited the video, uploaded it, opened it to the TikTok, and then just put it down. And yeah, long weekend. I hope it was a good weekend. Did you get a message about mail today?
I did.
She did. So, okay.
I did not go though.
Yeah, we didn't go. We had to get the garage door fixed because it broke Friday. So our plans for today to leave the house and go into town didn't happen. So we moved them to tomorrow. So tomorrow we are going into town, and I have to go pick up my other tower because the guy, it's ready to. So after we do the family stuff, I will go pick up my tower and the mail at the P.O. Manana. So hopefully it's me.
It will be.
Well, I mean, technically it was real mail. There was something in the mail.
I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll go. I don't know. You can't drive on live. You can't drive on live. Maybe I'll make you drive with me and you'll go live and be like, oh my God, we're going live. It'd be weird. I don't know. Maybe.
Why are we living in the car? That's weird. That's how people get hurt.
Well, you're living. I'm driving. Duh. Hello. Emily, hello. Ladies and gentlemen, Emily survived the skinwalkers and Appalachian creatures, and P had a long weekend getting books signed. The voices had so opposite kind of type of weekends. We had Emily with the skinwalkers, we had P getting the book signed, and everybody else, and then at the very end, everybody decided to get traumatized by dragons.
I would be there.
What are we doing? Goodbye. She will return. Wise in the wild. Wise in the wild is weird. To Liam and Jace and anybody else. Why? Why would you do that? That is hi-ya. But I understand. So, do you think Sheep Stealer is like that? Do you think he's like, oh, you still need to watch? Emily! What are we? Oh, sorry. Okay. So, Dr. Lego says she's building Miller's terrace with the bro. Nice. Yes. Oh, that's right. Belle had her amazing weekend. Amazing adventure. I mean, I thought it was pretty amazing. I ain't gonna lie. It was sad, but amazing. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Oh, the husband. Oh, it wasn't you. It was the husband was having skinwalkers. But it was the neighbor. See, I thought, that's right. I thought he was, wait. I thought he was, I'm so confused. Sheep stealer has an overbite. A big ass overbite. Like, it's so overbitey. Like he really needs oh, she knows it's an underbite. Well, either way, he needs a really good orthodontist or some Visaliner. He needs some milk. He needs some milk. That's what he needs. He needs some milk. Cause yeah, his underbite is atrocious. And some good orthodontist. If he comes to me, I know a really good one. My kid's currently seeing a great one right now. You just scoop them up like ice cream. Hey, Jamie. Hey, what's up, Roxy? How you doing? Welcome. Long time no see. Hope all is well. He needs to be put in time out. For real. You give FOMO? You're silly. I know. Why not? All right, Belle, no worry. We'll keep an eye out. We'll definitely keep an eye out. Liz is the one that gets the text messages, so we just, whichever one, when she says, hey, we got something in town, then when one of us goes into town, we grab it. So it's not a biggie. Just let us know. Hopefully she'll get the text. Boom. How is okay, so let's see. I want to say hi. No worries. You just binged Shatter Me This. Ooh, okay. Is it good? Is it something we should read? What is Shatter Me This? The letter is in the box. Like the string is in the desk or in the Lego. It's still right there. It's hard to see. No worries, Em. No worries. Understand. Shatter Me is good. It's easy, dystopian fun. Nice. The keys are in the drawer for real. Okay, well, we should add it to the TBR. And when we get, it'll get to the wheel. There we go. How about that? Okay, it'll go into a series slot then. How about that? There we go. How about them apples? We have a system now. What? I like systems. Systems are good. Systems are fun. Oh, Lord. Dodgers hit a home run. That means it's a series and they're going to do a... Oh, heck yeah. I like when they do movies. From series and stuff. I like that. Let's get a wheel spin in because Dodgers hit a home run. What? Okay. Here we go. Ah. All right. Oh, hang on. First, we gotta start out with the first one. Okay.
Crown Prince of the Valbarn.
That's kind of funny because we get that one again. That's funny. If I can get, I'm trying to slide things in, but we gotta go by the wheel. It is what it is. We made the rules. I'm sorry. What book is this button? This book is The Serpent and the Wings of Night. The Serpent and the Wings of Night. That is what that one is. So, that is what is going on. That is how we're doing it. So, all right. I'm trying to get through us. I'm trying to get through. That's why I read 5 chapters the other, or 4. Yeah, we did 5 chapters the other night. I got started early. And if I can get this one, that's the Crown of Naya. Okay. All right. That's the Crown of Naya. Okay, cool. See, that was the one y'all was talking about. So, see, we have good books and series on the wheel to read. Yes, we're currently reading Project Hail Mary. Yes, I'm reading that live. Yeah, we're on chapter 14, so we're literally, I'll be halfway through tonight. And then I'm hoping to finish by the end of the week. And then if I can get that done, and then I believe I think we start Wolf King. And that one's not going to take long too if I jump into it. And everybody's saying it's pretty darn good. So the science, I got you. I understand what he's saying, but I don't understand what he's saying. If that makes sense. Like, I understand the basic concept. I just don't know how the heck he knows and remembers the formulas. But I got you. I get you. But yeah, so then it's Night King, and then if we get through that, then I'll have time, and then we can maybe slide a book in. That's the plan. So, high school physics, it's cool. So we actually watched it today too, because the littles haven't seen it. So the twins, they haven't seen it. So we actually watched it today. So that's how good it is. I've seen the movie twice now, read the book, and then we're gonna watch it again at the very end. Yeah. The movie was great, and then after seeing it again, because like I said, I watched the movie, and now we're reading it, I've noticed the slight changes and what they've kind of just... Yes, if everybody wants to, Emily, yes, that was the plan. When we're done, if whoever wants to watch it, we're gonna get together one night and watch it, yes. And I'm gonna watch it again that night, too. So, yeah, it's just that good. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, it was. It was very, very close. It was very close. Like, there's a few things, and there's a few things they just kind of like breeze over a little bit. I don't want to like ruin anything for people that haven't seen it. Just let them pick out what they notice themselves. But and I think everything that they did and the small changes that I've noticed that they did make so far, I think they were fine. Yeah, the change, like I'm saying, so far the changes I noticed, it wasn't anything that was like, why'd they do that? If anything, it made it a little bit better, or made it, yeah, I'm fine. And then, yes, I am 99% sure we agreed on Outlander after House of Dragon. I agree with that, Vega. That's a fair statement. That's a fair statement. Very, very fair. Very fair. And yes, I believe Outlander. Now everybody got to remember. Yes, ma'am. Uh-huh. All right. Let me know if it just send it away. Okay. Okay. I got you. So yes, and I think we're gonna go with one episode after. You might like the movie more than I don't know. I don't think that's wrong, actually, because again, if you don't understand the science or what he's saying, the way they put it in the movie, the way they just kind of show you what he's doing and he talks it out, I think that's why. You know what I mean? And so that's, at least that's my opinion on that one. You know what I mean? So that's maybe that's why I kind of understand why I'm doing a little bit now. Plus, like I said, I understand the excuse me, the science. I'm just not one of those people that I'm not good at the math. So when you're like, oh yeah, just use velocity times x squared. Like I don't know what velocity of the spaceship is. Like I know what velocity means, but I don't remember all the formulas. So that's something. Yeah. But I will say, yeah, if I would have had a science teacher like fucking Dr. Ryland Grace, I might have been more into science. I'm not gonna lie. If I would have had something like him, you know, bam, I would have probably done better. Yeah, so we were looking at Outlander last night. Like the first season, if I'm not mistaken, it goes like 16 episode. It goes like 16, 13, 13, 13, 8, 8. And then I don't know what the last two on. So, you too? Nice. So I think that is, yeah, Outlander. Yeah. We gonna start on Sundays. We do a watch party. Where is that sound still there, Ben?
Yeah, it's still there. So I have my phone on the counter.
Uh huh. Okay.
And you're gonna go in there and you're gonna hold it up to your ear so you hear that underlying little rattle. It's kind of like a little gurgle in there. I don't know. You'll hear it, I guess. Sorry, guys. I just that sounded really annoying, and it's coming through on all. So I think it's some sort of it's like a buzz. And I think he can. I'm pretty sure he can fix that. Like it's something that. Okay, cool. Because I thought I was going crazy. I'm like, there's a buzz, but I hear it. I hear it on the laptop. They hear it too. So I don't know what it is, but there is a buzz be buzzing. Yeah. But just so you knew what it sounded like. It's not totally like, but there's definitely some sort of like staticky something going on or
Yeah, there's definitely could be.
So anywho. Ta-da. He's checking. I mean, there's. I wonder if it's his phone that's too close. Would it be? Let's see. Let's move the phone. Oh no, it moved the baseball. Did that do it? It stopped? All gone? Your phone's too close. You can't have your phone that close, my love. You are a genius. Thank you so much. See? You guys. So smart. Thank you, Roxy. Very smart. Yeah. It's your phone. I put that hoe over there. Banished. Let's see. Oh. Okay. You just have to replay. Look at that. We were us girls.
Look at you. Look at you. Y'all say y'all don't know science. Look at y'all.
We fixed it.
Y'all fixed it. I used to get paid to do that shit in the army. Y'all fixed it without me. I went
See?
inside to go do a test.
You're welcome.
Test on something. You fixed it.
Look at
This is why I pay her the big bucks, folks. This is why she gets her feet rubbed at night.
I do. I got one rubbed last night.
And then you went to bed. You weren't feeling good. I'm sorry. It's gone. It's gone. It's a genius. That's nice. That's legit. That is legit. I thought all the sound was gone. So it wasn't the government, and I know shit about science. Fist my bump. Did it started again? Here, you want to move it back over? I'm checking. Okay, wow. It started again, but it's lower.
How's that? Is it still there? If not, it has to be there.
Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. So it's giving the.
Can you still hear it?
Yeah, still there. All right.
Still there. All right. So we gotta go.
Just turn it off. Is it just?
Maybe it's
Oh. There it is. Yeah. Gone. It's the
Gone.
plug. Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Is that is plugged into the white block in the back? I can hear my thoughts. All right, here.
It's like Project Hail Mary. Only Project Hail Hawaii.
Project LY. Here, since y'all did such an amazing job troubleshooting.
That really sounds like a cult now.
Project Hell Wise. Project Hell Wise.
Too far. Reverse.
I'm gonna put on my safety. I'm putting on my helmet because it's getting crazy up in here. Hang on.
Sorry.
All right, here. Y'all get another spin. The government investigate. All right, y'all been talking about the cult so much in the Discord. They're like, wait, maybe they forming a cult. This guy lives close. This guy lives close to one where they already needed to go. She's like, I need to go to sleep. Stop having fun. Oh, babe. Oh. I know we said the arrow, but yeah, I believe that is on the darker one. I believe that's the darker one. This is a tough one. This is a tough one, folks. It's Zodiac. All right. Ooh. All right, here you go. Okay, wait. Roy? It's a church! It's a church! Our government investigating cult is not a cult, but it is definitely a cult. I love it. It's a church! Mr. Raz wants to go to Waco just to see the place. So, funny story, my dad was there. That's crazy. The Branch Davidians, yeah, my dad goes there. Before I go, I need to say Red Rising, have a great night. We got it on the list, Roxy. It's the light blue, and it has 3 votes thus far. It has 3 votes thus far. What side was he? He was with the ATF and the DEA. My father was a DEA agent. Yeah, we got it on the list. We got it there. I'm hoping to get to it. I'm excited for that one too. I'm excited. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. Get some sleep. We'll see you next time. Boom. All right, everybody else, I think it is about time for me to start reading. Boom, boom, to start reading. Boom, boom. So, if you're not reading along or you're not caught up with me, I am currently about to start chapter 14 of Project Hail Mary. So, I'm not sure if everybody's caught up or not. I don't know who that person is, so that's what's funny. I just know they're Targaryens. I don't know like the difference between them. I don't know the lore of Game of Thrones that much. I got you, Dr. Lego. What part are you at right now? What part are you right now? and then we'll start reading. We need an update. What part are you on right now? Right now. At the miss. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Good old Ethan. Did you know Ethan played Sunball? Did you know Ethan played Sunball? Apparently he was good enough to go pro. If you didn't know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe, real American hero. G.I. Joe is there. All right. Whoa, what happened? Chapter 14. Oh, thank you for the rose. 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 Oh, sorry. They need to bang it out. Yeah, he did. I'm telling you, Emily. I thought you knew that for sure, Emily. Ooh, reaction video. Ooh, yes. Agree. Good call, Em. Good call. He could have gone pro. He was like the Al Bundy of Sunball. I'm telling you. That one game, he was so good right now. He had the entire city behind him, like we are in that world kickball, that grass ball game that those guys are playing right now, the kickball game that's going on, and everybody's mad at us because apparently we're doing good or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we want more reactions. Yes, those are funny. Yes. All right. Diamond little brother. All right. I think we're going to get into it now. Oh, nice. Nice. I think we might have one already. We'll have to check. Boom. All right. We're going to get into it. So we're starting into it right now. Project Hail Mary, a chapter 14 for all those reading along. Everybody else, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with us until then. And then hope we will see you next time. Everybody else, let's get into it. Chapter 14. Another day, another staff meeting. Who would have thought saving the world could be so boring? The science team sat around me in the meeting room table. Dimitri, Lock-in, Frall talking about cutting out bureaucracy. Strat ended up with a bunch of de facto department heads and daily staff meetings. Sometimes the stuff we all hate ends up being the only way to do things. Strat sat at the head of the table, of course, and then next to her was a man I've never seen before. Everyone, Strat said, I want you to meet Dr. Francis Leclerc. The Frenchman to her left waved heartily. Hello. Leclerc is a world-renowned climatologist from Paris. I've put him in charge of tracking, understanding, and ameliorating the climate's effects of astrophage. Oh, is that all I say? Leclerc smiled, but it faded quickly. So, Dr. Leclerc, Strat said, we've been getting a lot of conflicting reports exactly about what to expect from the reduction of solar energy. It's hard to find any two climatologists who agree. He shrugged. It's hard to find two climatologists who agree on the color of an orange. It's an unfortunate and inexact field. There's a lot of uncertainty and, if I'm being honest, a lot of guesswork. Goodbye. Goodbye, DW. And climate science is in its infancy. And you're not giving yourself enough credit. Out of all the experts, you're the only one I could find whose climate prediction models were proven true over and over again for the last 20 years. He nodded. She gestured to the disorderly and massive papers in the meeting on the table. They've been sent every kind of prediction from minor crop failures to global biosphere collapses. I want to hear what you have to say. You've seen the prediction solar output numbers. What's your take? Disaster, of course, I said. He said. We're looking at an extinction of many species, complete upheaval of biodomes of all the world, and major changes in weather patterns. Humans, Strat said. I want to know how this will affect humans. And when. I don't care about the mating grounds of the three-anoosed mud sloth or any other random biome. We're part of the ecology, Miss Strout. We're not outside it. The plants we eat, the animals we ranch, the airs we breathe, it's all part of the tapestry. It's all connected. As the biomes collapse, it'll all have a direct impact on humanity. Okay then, numbers. Strat said, I want numbers. Tangible things, not vague predictions. He scowled at her. Okay, 19 years. 19 years? You wanted a number, he said. There's a number. 19 years. Okay, what's 19 years? That's my estimate for when half the population currently alive will be Schmed. 19 years from now. The silence that followed us was unlike anything I'd ever experienced. Even Strat was taken back. Lockett and I looked at each other. I don't know why, but we did. Dimitri's mouth fell agape. Half, Strat said. 3.5 billion people. Gone. Yes, he said. Is that tangible enough for you? How can you possibly know that, she said. He pursed his lips. And just like that, another climate denier is born. See how easy it is? All I have to do is tell you that's something that you don't want to hear. Don't patronize me, Dr. Leclerc. Just answer my question. He crossed his arms. We're already seeing major weather pattern disturbances. Lorcan cleared her throat. I heard there were tornadoes in Europe. I don't think Europe would really know what to do if they had the tornadoes like we had. I don't think they would understand. They wouldn't know what is happening. Excuse me. Yes, he said, and they're happening more and more often. European languages didn't even have a word for tornado until Spanish conquistadors saw them in North America. Now they're happening in Italy, Spain, and Greece. He tilted his head, partially because of the shifting weather patterns, and particularly it's because some lunatic decided to pave the Sahara Desert with black rectangles. As if a massive disruption of heat distributed to near the Mediterranean Sea wouldn't have any effect. Strat rolled her eyes. I knew there would be weather effects. We just don't have any other choice. He pressed on. Your abuse of the Sahara aside, we're seeing bizarre phenomenon all over the world. The cyclone season is off by 2 months. It snowed in Vietnam last week. Good morning, Vietnam! There's snow on the ground. The jet stream is convoluted mass changing day by day. Arctic air is being brought to places it's never been before, and tropical air is going well north and south. It's a maelstrom! Get back to the 3.5 billion dead people, Strout said. Sure, he said. The math this famine is actually pretty easy. Take all the calories in the world, create with farming agriculture per day, divide by about 1,500. The human population cannot be greater than that number. Not for long, anyway. He fiddled with the pen on the table. I've run the best models I have. Crops are going to fail. The global staple crops are wheat, barley, millet, potatoes, soy, and most important, rice. All of them are pretty sensitive about temperature ranges. If your rice paddy freezes over, the rice dies. If your potato farm floods, the potatoes die. And if your wheat farm experiences 10 times normal humidity, it gets fungal, parasites, and dies. He looked at Shred again. If only we had a stable supply of 3 unused mud sloths, maybe we'd survive. Strout pinched her chin. 19 years isn't enough time. It'll take 13 years for the Hail Mary to get to Tau Ceti, and another 13 for any results of data to come back. We need at least 26. 27 would be better. He looked at her as if she'd grown another head. What are you saying? This isn't some optional outcome. This is happening. There's nothing we can do. Nonsense, she said. Humanity has been accidentally causing global warming for a century. We'll see what we can do when we really set our minds to it. He drew back. What are you kidding? A nice blanket of greenhouse gases would buy us some time, right? But it would insulate the earth to a parka and make the energy we're getting last longer. Am I wrong? What? He stammered. You aren't wrong, but the scale and the morality of deliberately causing greenhouse gas emissions, I don't care about morality, Strad said. She really doesn't, I said. I care about saving humanity. So get me some greenhouse effect. You're a climatologist. Come up with something to make us last at least 27 years. I'm not willing to lose half of humanity. Leclerc gulped. She made a shooing motion. Get to work. Wow. That was some gangster shit right there, yo. Wow. All right. I'm going to get this next spin going. All right. What do we got? Come on. I got to make sure I spin it good. Because sometimes it feels like, I don't know. It's just weird. Is it another one? What are we getting tonight? Oh, that one is Red Rising. Red Rising. The second one is Red. It takes 3 hours and the addition of 50 words to our shared vocabulary. Excuse me, but I am able to explain radiation and its effect on biology to Rocky. Have those Funko Pops always... Yes, the Funko Pops have always been there. Yes. The affection by Ra, yes, he says it's unusually low tones, sad tones. Now I know how my friends die. Bad, I say. Yes, he chimes. During the conversation, I learned that Blip A has no radiation protection at all, and I know why the Iridians never discovered radiation. It took a while to assemble all this information, but here is what I know. The Iridium homeworld is the first planet in the 40 Iridian system. Humans actually spotted it a while ago, obviously not knowing there was a whole civilization there. The catalog name for it is 40 Iridan A-B. That's a mouthful. The planet's actual name is from the Iridans, is a collection of chords like any other Iridan word, so I'll just call it Irid. Irid is extremely close to its star, about 1/5 as far as Earth from our sun. Their year is a little over 42 Earth days long. Damn, a year is over 42 Earth days long. Okay. It's what we call a super Earth, weighs in at an 8.5 times, 8.5 times Earth mass. It's about twice Earth's diameter and a little over double the surface gravity. It also spins very, very fast, absurdly fast. Their day is only 5.1 hours long. I would never get shit done. Holy crap. I understand why I would be a rock too. I would be ancient. Wow. And that's when things start to fall into place. Planets hit magnetic fields if your conditions are right. You have to have the molten iron core. You have to be in a magnetic field of the star. You have to be spinning. If all three of these things are true, you get a magnetic field. Earth has one. That's why compasses work. Irid has all those features on steroids. They are larger than Earth, larger than iron core, and they are close to their star, so they have a much stronger magnetic field, powering their own field, and they spin extremely fast. All told, Irid's magnetic field is at least 25 times as strong as Earth's. Plus, their atmosphere is extremely thick, 29 times as thick. You know what strong magnetic fields and thick atmospheres are really good at? Radiation protection. All life on Earth evolved to deal with radiation. Our DNA has error corrections built in because we're constantly bombarded with radiation from the sun and space in general. Our magnetic field and atmosphere protect us somewhat, but not 100%. For Irid, it's 100% radiation. It just doesn't get to the ground. Light doesn't even get to the ground. That's what they never evolved eyes. The surface is pitch dark. How does a biosphere exist in total darkness? I haven't asked Rocky how that works yet, but there is plenty of life deep in Earth's oceans where the sun doesn't shine. So it's definitely doable. Iridans are extremely susceptible to radiation. And they never knew it even existed. The next conversation took another hour and added a few dozen words to the vocabulary. Iridans invented space travel quite a while ago. Wow. With their unparalleled material technology, Xenonite, they actually made a space elevator, basically a cable leading from Iridan's equator up to the synchronous orbit with a counterweight. They literally take elevators to get into orbit. Dang! They just said, that's crazy. That's a long ass elevator. Wow. That whole world is wild. Okay. Take elevators to get to orbit. We could do that on Earth if we knew how to make Xenonite. Thing is, they never left orbit. There is no reason to. Here it has no moon. Planets that close to a star rarely do. The gravitational tidal forces tend to rip what would be moons out of orbit. Rocky and his crew were the first Irids to leave orbit at all. So they never found out that Irid's magnetic field, which extends well beyond its synchronous orbit, had been protecting them at all times. One mystery remains. Why did I die? Why did I not die? Question, Rocky asks. I don't know, I said. What's different? What do you do that the rest of your crew didn't do? I fix things. My job is to repair broken things, create needed things, and keep engines running. Sounds like an engineer to me. Where are you most of the time? I have a room in the ship. Workshop. I'm getting an idea. Where's the workshop? In the back of the ship, near engines. That's a sensible place to put your ship's engineer, near the engines, where things are most likely to need maintenance or repairs. Where does your ship store astrophage fuel? He waves a hand gently around the rear of the ship. Many containers of astrophage, all in the back of the ship, close to engines, easy to refuel. And there's your answer, I sigh. He's not gonna like this. The solution was so simple. What are you talking about? The Funko Pop? What are you talking about? My Funko Pop? That one right there? That's the Funko Pop, yeah. That's the one Liz got me for yeah, it's a me. Yeah, they've been hiding. Yeah, because everything's been in the way. Yeah. All right. Astrophage stops radiation, I say. You were surrounded by astrophage most of the time. Your crewmates weren't. So the radiation got them. He doesn't respond. He needs a moment to let that sink in. Understand? He says in low tones. Think. I now know why I not die. I tried to imagine the desperation of his people, with the space program far behind Earth, no knowledge of what's outside, and still making an interstellar ship in a bid to save their race. No different from my situation, I guess. I just have a little more technology. Radiation is here too, I say. Stay in your workshop as much as you can. Yes. Bring astrophage to this tunnel and put it on the walls. Yes, you do the same. I don't need to. Why not? Question. Because it doesn't matter if I get cancer. I'm going to die here anyway. But I don't want to explain that I'm on a mission right now. The conversation's been pretty heavy already, so I tell him a half-truth. Earth's atmosphere is thin and our magnetic field is weak. Radiation gets to the surface, so Earth life evolved to survive radiation. Understand, he says. He continues working on repairs while I float in the tunnel. A random thought occurs to me. Hey, I have a question. Ask. Why is Iridan science and human science so similar? Billions of years, but almost the same progress. It's been bugging me for a while. Humans and Iridans evolved separately. And Iridans evolved separately in separate star systems. That's a tongue twister. We had no contact with each other until now. So why is it that we have almost identical technology? I mean, Iridans are a little behind us in space technology, but not a ton. Why are they in their Stone Age or some super futuristic age that makes modern Earth look antiquated? Has to be, or you and I would not meet, Rocky says. If planet has less science, can make spaceship. If planet has more science, it can understand and destroy astrophage without leaving their system. Iridan and human science, both in special range, can make ship. It cannot solve astrophage problem. Huh. I hadn't thought of it like that. But obviously now Rocky says it. If it happened when Earth was in the Stone Age, we would have just died. And if it happened 1,000 years from now, we probably would have worked out how to deal with astrophage without breaking a sweat. There's a fairly narrow band of technology advancement that would cause a species to send a ship to Tau Ceti to look for the answers. Iridans and humans both fall into that brand. Understand? Good observation. But it nags at me still. Still unusual. Humans and Iridans are close in space. Earth and Irid are only 16 light years apart. The galaxy is 100,000 light years wide. Life must beware, but we are so close together. Possibly we are family? We're related? How could? Oh, you mean, whoa, I have to wrap my head around this one. I'm not certain. Theory. It's a darn good theory, I say. The panspermania theory. I argue with Lorcan about it all the time. Life on Earth and astrophage are way too similar for it to coincide. I suspect Earth was a seeder by some ancestor of astrophage. Some interstellar progenitor species that infected my planet. But it never occurred to me until now that the same thing might have happened to Irid. There could be life all over the place. Anywhere it can possibly evolve from astrophage like ancestors in the cells I have today. I don't know what this pre-astrophage organism would be like, but astrophage is pretty darn tough. So any planet that can possibly support life of any kind would likely to get it. Rocky might be a long-lost relative. Very long. The trees outside my house back home are a close relative to me than Rocky. But still. Wow. Very good theory, I say again. Thank you, Rocky says. I guess we worked that out all a while ago. But I still let that sink in. Spin time! Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? Ooh, Book of Azrael. All right, carrying on. Here we go. Excuse me. For once, the aircraft carrier was the perfect place to be. The Chinese Navy didn't question Strout's orders anymore. The higher-ups got sick of approving every action and finally just issued a general order to do whatever she says as long as it didn't involve firing the weapons. Excuse me. We anchored off the coast of the western Antarctica in the dead of night. The coastline sat in the extreme distance, visible only by moonlight. The entire continent had been evacuated of humans. Probably an overreaction. The Amundsen Scott South Pole Station was 1,500 kilometers away. The people there would have been just fine. Still, no reason to take chances. It was the largest naval exclusion zone in history. So big even the U.S. Navy had to stretch itself thin to make sure no commercial ships entered the area. Strat spoke into the walkie-talkie. Destroyer 1, confirm observation status. Ready, came the American accent. Yeah, it's all right. My pages are flipping on me. And then there we go. There we go. All right. American accent. Destroyer 2, confirm observation status. Ready, came a different American voice. The scientific team stood together in the carrier's flight deck, staring down towards land. Dimitri and Locken hung back away from the edges. Riddell was off in Africa running the Black Panel farm. And of course, Strat stood slightly ahead of everyone else. Excuse me. Leclerc looked for all the world like a man being led to the gallows. We're almost ready, he said with a sigh. Strat clicked on her walkie-talkie again. Submarine 1, confirm observation status. Ready, came the response. Leclerc checked the tablet. 3 minutes. Mark. All ships were at a condition yellow. Strat said in her radio. Repeat, condition yellow. Submarine 2, confirm observation status. Ready. I stood next to Leclerc. This is unbelievable, I said. He shook his head. I wish to God this wasn't on my shoulders. He fiddled with the tablet. You know, Dr. Grace, I spent my entire life as an unapologetic hippie. From my childhood to Lyon to my university days in Paris, I am a tree hugger, anti-war throwback to a bygone era of protest politics. Wow. I did not say anything. He was having the worst day of his life. If I could help by just listening, I would do it. I became a climatologist to help save the world, to stop the nightmarish environmental catastrophes we were sinking ourselves into. And now, this. It's necessary, but horrible. As a scientist yourself, I'm sure you understand. Not really, I said. I spent my whole scientific career looking away from Earth, not toward it. I'm embarrassingly weak on climate science. He said. Western Antarctica is a rolling mass of ice and snow. The whole region is a giant glacier slowly marching to the sea. There are hundreds of thousands of square kilometers of ice here, and a tunnel to the center of the Earth where they keep the aliens. And Stargate, and where we're going to melt. The sea will melt it for us. But yes, the thing is, Antarctica used to be a jungle. For millions of years, it was lush as Africa. The continent adrift and natural climate changed and froze it all over. All those plants died and decomposed. The gases from that decomposed, and the most notable methane got trapped in the thin ice. The methane's a pretty powerful greenhouse gas, I said. He nodded. More powerful than carbon dioxide. He checked his tablet again. 2 minutes out, he called. All ships, condition red. Strat radioed. Repeat, condition red. He turned back to me. So here I am, environmental activist, climatologist, anti-war crusader. He looked at the sea. And I am ordering a nuclear strike on Antarctica. 241 nuclear weapons, courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Only we could do that. I'm just saying. I just want you to know. Bring a little tear to my eye. Courtesy of the United States, buried 50 meters deep along a fissure at 3-kilometer intervals, going off at the same time. I nodded slowly. They tell me the radiation will be minimal, he said. Yeah, if it's any consolation. They're fusion bombs. I put my flight jacket tighter. There's a small fusion reactor with uranium and the stuff that sets it off, and a much larger fusion reaction, and the big explosion is just hydrogen and helium. No radiation from that. Well, that's something. And this was the only option? I asked. Why can't we have factories mass produce sulfur hexafluoride or some other greenhouse gas? He shook his head. We need thousands of times that production that we could possibly... Oh, wow. Sorry. We need thousands of times that of... We need thousands of times the production that we could possibly do. Remember, it took a century of burning coal and oil on a global scale to even notice it affecting the climate at all. He checked his tablet. The shelf will cleave at the line of the explosion and slowly work its way into the ocean, sea and melt. Sea levels will rise about a centimeter over the next month. The ocean temperatures will drop a degree, which is a disaster on its own, but never mind that for now. Enormous quantities of methane will be released into the atmosphere, and now methane is our friend. Methane is our best friend. And not just because it'll keep us warm. I guess they were right. We all just need more cow farts. More cow farts! Oh, methane breaks down in the atmosphere after 10 years. We can knock down chunks of Antarctica into the sea every few years to moderate the methane levels. And if Hail Mary finds a solution, we just have to wait 10 years for the methane to go away. Or light a match. Just whoosh, light a match. It'll be a big quick poof. Just a quick poof. It'll be great. It'll be wonderful. You can't do that with carbon dioxide. Strat approached us. Time? 60 seconds, he said. She nodded. So this solves everything, I asked. Can we just keep poking Antarctica for methane to keep Earth temperature right? No, he said. That's a stopgap at best. Dumping this crap into the atmosphere will keep the warmth in the air, but the disruption to our ecosystem will still be massive. We'll still have horrific, unpredicted weather, crop failure, and biome annihilations. But maybe, just maybe, it won't be quite as bad as it would be without the methane. I looked at Stract and Leclerc standing side by side. Never in human history had so much raw authority and power been invested into so few people. These two, just these two, were going to literally change the face of the world. All right, Belle, no worries. I hope you feel better. Get some good sleep. We will see you tomorrow. I'm curious, I said to Strat. Once we launch Hail Mary, what will you do then? Me, she said. Doesn't matter. Once the Hail Mary launches, my authority ends. I'll probably be put on trial for pissing off a bunch of governments for abuse of power, or might spend the rest of my life in jail. I'll be in the cell next to you, said Leclerc. Are you all concerned about that? She shrugged. We all have to make sacrifices. If I have to be the world's whipping boy to secure our salvation, then that's my sacrifice to make. You have a strange logic to you, I said. Not really. When the alternative is death to your entire species, things are very easy. No moral dilemmas. No weighing what's best for whom, just a single-minded focus on getting this project working. That's what I tell myself, the cleric said. 3, 2, 1, detonation. Nothing happens. The close line remained as it was. No explosion, no flash, not even a pop. He looked at his tablets. The nukes had been detonated. The shockwave should be here in 10 minutes or so. It'll sound like distant thunder, though. He looked down at the carrier deck. Strat put her hands on his shoulders. You did what you had to do. We're all doing what we had to do. He buried his face in his hands, and he cried. Well, I tell you what, I'm sorry you cried, but I'll spin the wheel. Maybe it'll make you feel better. Fucking... No! The hippie said! No! No! Grab my marker, here we go. Where it stops, we don't. Ooh. Direbound. Okay. Direbound and jailbug.
What comes happening? I'm just following my destiny. I'm just doing what comes happening.
Direbound is supposed to be Fourth Wing with Wolves. Interesting. Nice, nice. I like it. I like it, Picasso. I like it, Picasso. So far, I don't think when y'all have described a book on there, I think the only ones that have me a little sketch, honestly, is Lights Out and The Last Letter. Those are the only ones I'm a little sketchy on. Those two. The rest, I'm like, let's do it. Let's do it. If I could read them all at once, I would, but I can't, so I don't, because I'm not like that. Moving on. Rocky and I talk about biology for hours. Both of us are intensely interested in how the other's body works. We're pretty latent scientists if you weren't. Iridan physiology is frankly amazing. Irid is so close to its star, the sheer amount of energy entering the biosphere is ridiculous. The audio is pretty funny. Okay. Well, y'all recommended it. I mean, we're trying it. It's there. We're going to see what happens. I don't know. Isn't that the one, the Jake or the Tommy or the Timmy or the Billy or something like that? Tommy, Timmy, Billy, Jake, John, Josh. Yeah, Josh. Okay, Josh. I was all over it. I was close to it. Man, if it had been a G-spot, it'd have killed me. All right, anyway, where was I? The Iriid is so close to the star, the sheer amount of energy entering the biosphere is ridiculous. Is that one of those ones? I think she just heard that inside. Is that? I don't know if that's one I can read on live though. I heard that was pretty special. I don't know. We'll see. Sorry. All right. Where were we? The energy in the bios. I don't know. Do I? You're the one that needs to answer that question, not me. I don't think the trilogy is worth TBRing, but the first one, Lights Out, is worth reading for chuckles. Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, Liz, did you hear that? I mean, is that something we need to... Okay. Liz, you can have that discussion. All right, I'm going back to Rocky. Sorry, we'll have that discussion. But okay, yeah. If it's not a okay, we can have yeah. What do we think? All right, Iriid is so close to the star. The sheer amount of energy entering the biosphere is ridiculous. The Iriids have been at the top of the food chain. Have a heck of a lot of energy to. Their DW is saying, Lights Out might not be wheel worthy. So I was saying, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Find something that you sound interested in. Definitely interested in that. All right. Okay, we're going to get this story. We're not going to get anything done tonight. Okay. They've been at the top. Frankly amazing. So close to the star. The sheer amount of energy entering the biosphere is ridiculous. The Iriids, being at the top of the food chain, have a heck of a lot more energy to work with than the human bodies do. How much more? They have sacs in their bodies that just hold ATP, the main source of energy stored medium of a DNA-based life. Usually lives in cells, but they have so much they have evolved more efficient storage for it. No, just the first book. Oh, so use it as a standalone. Okay, got it. Standaloned it. Tracking. Okay, we'll standalone it. I understand now. Haha. Now I stand alone. Okay. Josh is only good for one time. Tracking. Sorry. Okay. Usually it leaves the cells, but they have made so much more to evolve storage. We're talking about absurd amount of energy here. They pull oxygen off minerals to get metals. Wow. Iridians are, in effect, biological smelters. Wow. Humans have hair, fingernails, tooth enamels, and other dead stuff on their bodies that serve critical purposes. Iridians take that concept to the ultimate extreme. Rocky's caprice is made of oxidized materials, and his bones are honeycombed metallic alloys. His body is mostly liquid mercury, and even his nerves are inorganic silicates transmitting light-based impulses. That sounds... What? That doesn't sound like what? He does what? Huh? Okay. All told, Rocky only has a few kilograms of biological material. Single-celled organisms travel through the bloodstream, building up to repair the needed as they manage the digestive, which sits safely in the center of his... They definitely... Okay. He definitely looks different. He kind of look okay. I see. I kind of okay. No, I see what they're saying, but yeah. All right. If bees evolved to make hives that could walk, and the queen was as intelligent as a human, the life form would be similar to an Iridan. Yeah, they are They definitely look a lot different. Iridans, except the Iridan bees are single-celled organisms. Iridan's muscles are inorganic. They made the porous sponge-like. That don't look porous sponge-like, sealed in flexible sacs. Okay, they definitely changed it. Wow, the majority of the body's water is tied up in these sacs, and the atmospheric pressure is so high that 210 water is still a liquid. They have two separate circulatory systems, the ambient system and the hot system. The ambient blood is 210 degrees Celsius, and the hot blood is kept at 305 degrees Celsius, which is hot enough to boil water, even at Iriid's pressure. Both circulatory systems and blood vessels that expand and contract around the muscles are needed to set the temperature. want to expand, make it hot, want to contract, make it cold. In short, irritants are steam powered. Toot toot! Because of this, the ambient circulatory system ends up as a heat sinks. The muscles are cooled. It consistently needs to be cooled back down to normal temperature, hence the radiator. Rocky breathes in a sense, but only to pass outside ammonia across capillaries in a radiator-like organ in the top of his caprice. 5 slits in the top allow the air in and out, but at no point does any of it enter the bloodstream. While the irritants do not breathe, they do still use oxygen. They're just much more self-contained than the human body. They have a plant-like cell and animal-like cells inside. Oxygen to CO2 to CO2 to oxygen, back and forth, always kept in balance. Rocky's body is a little biosphere. All it needs is energy via food and airflow to dump heat. Meanwhile, the hot blood is too hot for any biological material to survive inside. It boils the water inside. It is handy for sterilizing incoming food and pathogens, by the way. Way different. Wow. But in order for the worker cells to service any part of the hot blood system, the system has the coolest ambient levels, and when it happens, the irritants can't use muscles at all. And when the irritants sleep, they don't sleep like human does. They're legitimately paralyzed, and the brain has also being maintained, has non-conscious function during that period. A sleeping irritant can't wake up. That's why they keep eyes on each other when they sleep. Someone has to keep you safe. Probably dates back to cavemen, cave irritant days. And now it's just a social norm. As amazed as I am at all that, to Rocky, it's boring topic. Meanwhile, he's utterly shocked and amazed by humanity. You hear light? Questions? Rocky says. He puts a quiver in the first note of his sentence when he's surprised or impressed. How you doing, beautiful? Yes, I hear light. While we chat, he uses his many hands to assemble some complicated-looking pieces of equipment. It's almost as big as he is. I recognize several parts of it as things repairing these past few days. He can hold a conversation and work on a delicate machinery at the same time. I think irritants are much better at multitasking than humans are. How? Question, he asks. How can you hear light? Question. I point to my eyes. These are special body parts that focus and detect light. They send the information to my brain. Light gives you information. Question. Enough information to understand room? Question. Yes. Light gives information to humans like sound gives information to irritants. A thought occurs to him. He stops working with his device entirely. You hear light from space? Question. You hear stars, planets, asteroids? Question. Yes. Amaze! Amaze. Yes. Amaze. About sound? Question. You can hear sound? I point to my ears. I hear sound with these. How do you hear sound? He gestures all over his caprice and arms. Everywhere, tiny receptors on outer shell. All report back to brain, like touch. So his whole body is a microphone. His brain must be doing something serious processing. It has to know the exact position of his body, sense the time difference between the sound, hitting the different parts of it. Man, that's interesting. All right, P, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you get some good sleep. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. Until next time. But hey, my brain gives him an entire 3D model of my surrounding just from 2 eyeballs. Sensory input is really impressive across the board. I can't hear as well as you, I say, without lights. I can't understand the room. I can hear you talk, but no more. He points to the divider. This is wall. This is a special wall. Light passes through this wall. Amaze! I give you many choices for wall when you first build. You choose this because light passes through. Question. It seems like so long ago. Back when the divider was a mosaic of hexagons of different textures and colors. I picked the clear one, of course. Yes, I chose this because light passes through. Amaze! I gave choices for different of a sound. Never thought of light. I glanced at the laptop to check what that mystery word was. I almost never have to look at the laptop now. Still, once in a while, there's a chord I just don't remember. The computer reported that the word has qualities. The word was qualities. Okay, I can't fault myself for not knowing that. The one doesn't come up often. Just good luck, I say. Good luck, he agrees. He makes a few more adjustments to the device. He puts his tool in the bandolier and says, I'm done. What's up, love? You want me to try this? What is this? Some intoxicant. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I was just handed liquid by my wife and she said, try this. We're trying this. What is this? Topo Chico and your cherry syrup. That's fucking delicious. That's fucking delicious. That's delicious. That's fucking delicious, y'all. And I can drink it. But not much. Like, how much did you like? Just what you made in the syrup, right?
Yeah.
God bless America. Okay, I can't drink. She can drink it. Sounds like a Shirley Temple. Yeah.
Put, like 2 teaspoons of the syrup in this. Like 2 teaspoons. Tiny little.
So I can have like 1 glass a day, maybe. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 1 glass because I already have the 2 iced tea. I don't want to overdo this. That's what I'm saying. I keep this. It does. It's delicious. It's a Topo Chico, which is everybody knows what Topo Chico is, right? Everybody know the Topo Chico? It's a fuzzy water. Water makes your mouth tingle. Did you use the lemon lime one or just a regular one?
Just a regular.
Just a regular one?
The lemon lime would be good because I was thinking, oh, could use a little lemon.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
No.
Vega's like, no.
It's just sparkling
I
water.
think she's laughing at me. No.
Maybe.
It's spicy water. It is a spicy water. It makes my tongue tingle. I can't drink it unless it's got flavor. I'm sorry. Like, just a little bit of cherry juice and it's fine. I can have a sip. You go give me that bottle. I can't do it.
We'll chug that bottle.
I can't do the spicy water. Yeah, it's just regular carbonated water. It's a good one.
I thought all water was carbonated growing up because I grew up in Germany, and when you ordered water, you got carbonated water.
I love sodas just by drinking spicy water.
I came to the States and I ordered water. I was expecting carbonated water, and it was definitely not. I was like, what is this, toilet water?
That's funny. Ooh, can you turn like Dodgers? Ooh, thank you, love. Yeah, you can just turn it off and just close the whole app out. Close the app out. Thank you, love. Yep, you need to make a video on that too. You should try hibiscus. She has a blue hibiscus water. The Topo Chico. Yeah. In the fridge inside, if you look in the shelf where I just organized all the drinks in the back, you have a can of Topo Chico blue hibiscus. How much money would you like to make a bet? Doesn't even remember. Doesn't even know what she's got in her own fridge. I love it, y'all. Delicious. That's delicious. I wonder what I'm sure you did. You know what I bet, you know, I wonder what some of what I wonder what John Wick would add to that to make it a little bit better. You know what I mean? A little bit better. Maybe some Titos. Oh, I like a Tito. Maybe a little Titos with the Topo Chico. And hibiscus helps with lowering blood sugar. Maybe I need some hibiscus in my life.
Look at that passion flower, because them passion flowers out there be passion flowering.
Yeah, I don't even want to, let's not talk about what I have to do to go back there to get behind that pool thing. I'm just a winter wing spe. Yes, we will call that drink. Ooh, yes, add some Tito, make a winter wing spe. We need to try this. Make it now, please, make it try. Make it. We are making winter wing spe. We are making drinks for the compound.
Oh,
Yes. All right, we will continue this story while she refreshes the drink. All right, we will look into the hibiscus. Thank you very much for that, Vega. I appreciate that. We are trying to be a lot healthier around this place and house and stuff. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's get back to it. It is good times. What is it? The device keeps me alive in a small room. He looks happy. I think he's holding his caprice just a little higher than usual. Wait, he disappears back into the ship, leaving the device behind. He returns with several plates of transparent xenonite. Each plate is a pentagon about a centimeter thick and a foot across. I hate myself for thinking of a hybrid unit like that. But that's what my brain came up with. I make room now, he says. He assembles a pentagon edge to edge using some kind of thick liquid glue from the tube to hold them together. Soon he has two halves of a dodecahedron assembled. He holds them toward me proudly and places them together. Room! The room is a geodesic sphere made of pentagons. The total diameter is about a meter, easily big enough to contain Rocky. What is the purpose of this room? Room and device. Keep me alive in your ship. I raise my eyebrows. You're coming into my ship? Want to see human technology? Is allowed. Question? Yes is allowed. What do you want to see? Everything. Human science better than Iridan science. He points to the laptop floating beside me. Machine that think. Iridans have no that. Iridans have that. Iridans no have that. Blah, 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 blah. He points to my toolkit. Many machines and Iridans no have. Yes, come look at anything you want. I point to the small airlock drawer in my divider wall. How will you get out of that? You leave tunnel. We'll make new divider wall. Bigger airlock. He pulls a complex device out, which now I realize is the life support system, onto his caprice and straps it on. He covers the radiator slit on the top of his caprice. Is that blocking your radiator? Is that dangerous? No. This makes air hot and cold. Hot air into cold air, he says. Air conditioning. Not what I think when I see a species that lives comfortably over 200 degrees Celsius. But we all have our tolerances. He seals the globe around himself with glue. I test. He just floats there for a minute, then says, works. Happy. Great. How does it work, though? Where does the heat go? Easy, he says. He taps on the small part of the device. Astrophage here. Astrophage take all heat, hotter than 96 degrees. Ah, right. To humans, astrophage is hot. To Iridans, it's quite cold. And it's the perfect air conditioning medium. All Rocky has to do is run the air over some astrophage-filled cooling fins or something. Clever, I say. Thank you. You leave now. I make a large airlock for a tunnel. Yes, I say, collecting my belongings in the tunnel, including the mattress clamp in the wall and the stuff in the control room, and I go into the control room myself and seal both airlock doors. I spend the next hour tidying up. Okay. Okay, Okay, that's funny. I wasn't expecting company. All right. Okay. I don't know people who have not seen the movie, but I will say I like on that scene I prefer one over the other. All right, let's get a wheel spin, and that brings us to the halfway point of the book. So we're gonna double wheel spin. So do we double wheel spin, or do I just give the winner 2 points? What should we do? Let's see what it is. Ooh, thank you, love. Oh, you even put a little lemon in it. Ooh, that's delicious. Y'all need. Thank you. Wow, that's delicious. Cool and refreshing. What a nice summer drink. Yes. That is delicious. Thank you, my love. It is called the winter wing. I love it. The Texas winter wing. The Texas winter wing. Very refreshing. We will drink this with our pinkies up. Oh, very, very refreshing. Very refreshing. You should all make one. All right, let's continue our story for the evening. Looks like might only be 2 chapters for tonight. They make me kind of sad. All right, chapter 15. Let's get into it. It's been a few. Oh wait, I said 2 spins. I got to do another spin. I'm sorry. I want to thank y'all for being here with me tonight. 5, because my wife here too. I want to say thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I know y'all don't have to be, but y'all choose to be. So thank you. Oh. Another dire bound.
What comes naturally.
Oh, thank you, DW. I appreciate that.
Following my destiny. I'm just doing what comes naturally.
Delicioso. All right, here we go. Chapter 15. It's been a few hours, but I just have to know. How did he modify the tunnel? He needs massive atmospheric pressure to stay alive. My hull can't handle that. And he can't handle being in a vacuum. So how does he make the modifications? I hear clinks and clacks from the other side of the airlock. This time, I'm going to find out. I get into the airlock, and I look through the porthole. The blip A's hold the ship robot has removed the outer tunnel and is installing a new one. Oh well, that's anticlimactic. The old tunnel drifts off into space, and he uses it. The old tunnel drifts off into space. Its use is at its end, apparently. Good lord. The robot places the new tunnel in position and administers xenonite glue along the edges of Blip A's hull. How did Iridans pilot a ship traveling near the speed of light without using computers? Dead reckoning. They're pretty good at doing math in their heads. Maybe they never needed to invent computers, but still, no matter how good they are at math, there are limits. The clunking stops. I peek out the window again. The tunnel has been fully installed. It looks like the previous tunnel, except it has a much larger airlock section. Pretty much the entire divider wall is a large cabinet enough to hold Rocky with room to spare. Is it not, however, large enough to hold me? I guess I won't be visiting Blip A anytime soon. I say. I try not to let it bother me, but come on. He gets to see an alien spaceship. How come I don't get to see one? What are we saying? Oh, and it's a string house. Some nights a couple of books dominate the wheel. Right? Absolutely. Yeah. Actually, Starside. What are we at now on Starside? It's at 10. I think he got 1 the last time. I think he got 1 after that one crazy night. I don't know. That's why I like the wheel. And again, we owe the wheel to DW, so all complaints can be filed to the wheel. Okay, sorry. Rocky's side of the tunnel is no longer a network of gripping bars. Instead, there's a metal strip running along the long axis of the tunnel. It extends the divider along the airlock further than my side of the tunnel. It leads right up to my airlock door. Opposite side of the metal strip is what looks like a pipe. It's made of the same drab xenonite browns and tans than the tunnel wall is made of. And it's square and also runs along a long axis of the tunnel. With a whoosh, Rocky's side of the tunnel fills the fog. Then the second whoosh fills my side. That's what the pipe was for, I guess. Dividing the appropriate atmospheres for both sides. I'm glad Rocky has a supply of oxygen to work with. The Blip A door opens, and Rocky emerges, encased in his geodesic ball. He wears something like overalls with a bandolier across his bottom of his caprice. The AC unit is on his back. 2 of his hands hold the metal block. The other 3 are free. One of the waves, and they wave back. The space ball, what else should I call it, floats to the airlock and then sticks to the metal plate. What? I say. How? Then I see it. The ball didn't magically move. Those blocks Rocky are holding are magnetic. Fairly powerful ones. I guess. The magnetic strips is obviously magnetic, probably iron. He rolls the ball along the metal line in the divider airlock. He manipulates metal controls through the xenonite shell with his magnetic. It's memorizing to watch. After some hissing and the sounds of a pump, he repels the plate away, which opens up the door on my side of the airlock. From there, he rolls along the metal line on my door. I open it. Hello, hello. So do I carry you around? Is that the plan? Yes, carry, think. I gingerly grab the ball, worried it might be hot, but it isn't. Among other things, xenonite is an excellent insulator. There was his clothes in the movie were good. There was a few little outfits. Yeah. I'm with you, Vague. Yeah. Ah, sorry. Again, we just watched it today, so everything's super fresh in my head too. Sorry. I pull him to the ship. Rocky is heavy. Much heavier than I thought he would be. If there were gravity, I probably wouldn't be able to lift him at all. As it is, he has a lot of inertia. It takes a lot of oomph to pull him along. It's like pushing a motorcycle in neutral. Seriously, he's as heavy as a motorcycle. I shouldn't be surprised. He told me about his biology and how he uses metals. Heck, his blood is mercury. Of course he's heavy. You are very heavy, I say. I hope he doesn't take that mean. Hey, fatty, go on a diet. It's a book, TikTok. He's an alien. We're not insulting him. My mass is 168 kilograms, he says. Rocky weighs over 300 pounds. Wow, I say. You weigh a lot more than me. What is your mass? Question. Maybe 80 kilograms? Humans have a very small mass, he says. Mostly water, I say. Anyway, this is the control room. I operate here. Understand? I push him ahead of me down the tunnel of the lab. He skitters around with his ball. He tends to shift around when he's looking for something new. I think it helps him get a better view of things with his sonar. Oh, I hope it gets a better view of things with his sonar. Kind of like a dog tilting his head to get more information about a sound. This is my lab, I say. All the science happens here. Good room. He squeals. His voice is full an octet higher than normal. Want to understand all. I'll answer any questions you have, I say. Later, more rooms, I say, dramatically. I push him along in the dormitory. I give him a very slow velocity that he can take it all in from the center of the room. I sleep here. Well, I used to. Then they made me sleep in the tunnel. You sleep alone? Question? Yes. I also sleep alone many times. Sad. He just doesn't get it. A fear of sleeping alone is probably hardwired into his brain. Interesting. That may have been the beginning of their pack instinct. A pack instinct is required for species to become intelligent. That weird, to me, sleep pattern could be the reason I'm taking to Rocky right now. Yeah, that was unscientific. There are probably 1,000 things that led to them being sapient and stuff. The sleep is just like one part of it. But hey, I'm a scientist. I have to come up with theories. I open the panel on the storage area and push the ball partially inside. This is a small room for storage. Understand? I pull him back out. That's all the rooms. My ship is much smaller than yours. Your ship has much science, he says. Show me things in science room. Question? Sure. I take him back up to the lab. He shifts around in the ball, taking it all in. I float us to the center of the room and grab the edge of the table. I push the ball against the lab table. I think it's steel, but I'm not sure. Most lab tables are. Let's find out. Use your magnets, I say. He pushes one of his magnets against the pentagon face touching the table. With a clunk, the magnet takes hold. He's anchored in place. Good, he says. He uses a magnet on one face of another to roll across the table and back. He's not graceful, but it gets the job done. At least I don't have to hold him in place. I nudge away from the table and float to the edge of the room. There's a lot here. Well, what do you want to know first? He starts to point in one direction, then stops. Then he picks a new thing, but stops. There's two, like a kid in a candy shop. Finally, he settles on the 3D printer. What is that? Question. It makes small things. I tell the computer a shape. It tells the machine how to make it. I can see it make small things. Question. It needs gravity. That is why your ship rotates. Question. Yes, I say. Wow, he is quick. The rotation makes gravity for science things. Your ship no can rotate with tunnel attached, right? He thinks it over. Your ship has more science than my ship. Better science. I bring my things into your ship. Release tunnel. Okay. Okay. You make your ship spin for science. You and me science how to kill astrophage together. Save Earth, save Irid. This is good plan. Question? Yes, good plan. But what about your ship? I tap Xenonite bubble. Human science can make Xenonite. Xenonite is stronger than anything humans have. I bring materials to make Xenonite. Can make you any shape. Understand, I say. You want to get your things now? Yes. I've gone from soul survivor, space explorer to guy with a wacky new roommate. This will be interesting to see how things play out. Okay, I'm starting to notice a few little changes. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Spin the wheel, spin the wheel, spin the wheel, spin the wheel. Refreshing. What do we got? Ooh, another dungeon crawler Carl. It now hits 5. And that one, ow, son of a gun. That's button. All right, let's continue our story. Excuse me. Have you met Dr. Lamani? Strat suggests. Strat asked. Excuse me. I shrugged. I meet so many people these days, I honestly don't know. The carrier had a sick bay, but that was for the crew. This was a special medical center set up for a large second hangar bay. What? This was a special medical center set up on the second hangar bay. Dr. Lammy pressed her hands together and bowed her head slightly. Excuse me. And is it a pleasure to meet you, Dr. Grace? Thanks, I said. You too? I put Dr. Lammy in charge of all things medical with the Hail Mary, Strat said. She was the lead scientist for the company that developed the coma technology that we're going to use. Nice to meet you, I said. So you're from Thailand, I assume? Yes, she said. The company did not survive, unfortunately, because the technology only works 1 in every 7,000 people, and thus the limited commercial potential. I am very happy that my research may yet help humanity. Understatement, said Strout. Your technology might save humanity. Lemire averted her eyes. You compliment me too much. She led us to her lab, a dozen bays were each full of slightly different apparatuses, experiments, and connected to unconscious monkeys. I look away. Do I have to be here? You'll have to excuse Dr. Grace, Stroud said. He's a bit tender on certain subjects. I'm fine, I said. I know animal testing is necessary. I just don't like to stare at it. Dr. Lemmy says nothing. Dr. Grace, Stroud said. Stop being an asshole, Dr. Lemmy. Bring us up to speed. Lemmy pointed to a set metal arm over the nearest test monkey. We had developed these automated coma monitoring and care stations, and we would believe these tens of thousands of patients. It never came to pass. Do they work? Stroud said. Our original design was not intended to be fully independent. It would handle every routine, but if it encountered a problem it could not solve, a human doctor would be alerted. She walked around the lines of unconscious monkeys. We were making significant progress on the fully automated version. This armature is run by extremely high-end software being developed in Bangkok. It will care for a subject in a coma. It watches their vitals, applies whatever medical care is needed, feeds them, monitors their fluids, and so on. It would still be better to have an actual doctor present, but this is a close second. Are they artificial intelligence of some kind? Strut asked. No, said Lemmy. We do not have time to develop a complicated neural network. This is strictly procedural algorithm. Very complex, but not at all. But not AI at all. We have to be able to test it on 1,000 ways and know exactly how to respond and why. We can't do that with a neural network. I see. She pointed to some diagrams on the wall. Most important breakthrough was, unfortunately, the undoing of our company. We successfully isolated the genetic markers that indicated long-term coma resistance. We can run a simple blood test and find it out. And as you know, once we tested this on the general population, we learned that very, very few people actually have those genes. Couldn't you still help those people, though? I asked. I mean, sure, there's only 1 in 7,000 people, but it's a start, right? Lamy shook her head. Unfortunately, no. This is an elective procedure. There is no pressing medical need to be unconscious throughout chemotherapy. In fact, it adds a small amount of risk, so there just would not be enough customers to sustain a company. Strat rolled up her sleeves. Test my blood for the genes. I'm curious. Lamy was briefly taken back. Very well, Miss Strat. She walked over to a rolling supply cart and got a blood draw kit. Someone this important wasn't used to doing actual medical grunt work, but Strat was Strat. Still, Lamy was no slouch. She got the needle into Strout's arm without delay on the first try. The blood flowed into the tube. When the blood draw was complete, Strout rolled down her sleeve. Grace, you're up next. Why? I asked. I'm not volunteering. Just set an example, she said. Yeah, set an example, Grace. I want everyone on this project, even tangentially, what word is that? Tangentially relative, to get tested. Astronauts are a rare breed, and only 1 in 7,000 of them will be coma resistant. So we might not have enough qualified candidates. We need to be ready to expand the pool. That's a schmooicide, schmon, I said. It's not like we'll have a line of people saying, "Oh, me, please, pick me, pick me." Actually, we do have that, said Strout. Emma poked me in the arm. I looked away. I get a little queasy when I see my own blood squirting into a tube. What do you mean? We have that. We've already had tens of thousands of volunteers, all with complete understandings that it's a one-way trip. Wow, I said. How many of them are insane or shmoo or shmashma? Probably a lot, but there are hundreds of experienced astronauts on the list too. Astronauts are brave people willing to risk their lives for science. Many of them are willing to give their life for humanity. I admire them. Hundreds, I say, not thousands. We'll be lucky if even one of those astronauts qualifies. We're already counting on a lot of luck, said Stroud. May as well hope for some more. All right, yeah, right, Veg? Yeah, sure. Set the example. We'll stand.
Great. She's having trouble with her facial recognition on her phone. Yeah, it's not recognizing her.
What the fuck?
My face it won't scan it.
Buzzer button, buzzer button, buzzer button. Ah.
I can't recognize her, guys. It's tragic. I wonder why.
This is what we call a Monday night in our house. Ha! Figures like, oh my god! Yeah, this is what we do. This is what she decides to do at almost 10 o'clock at night. She cosplays, makeups, and then makes like 7 million TikToks that we see in the morning. It's great.
Thank you.
Let him see. Get closer. Get closer. Get closer. Let him see. Girl, I show you. Listen, you know I will. I show you off. Boom. The light might not be the greatest, but yeah. Might be too bright. There you go.
It's really cute, guys. I'll ask her to post a picture in the
There you go. Ooh. Can we move the lemon? No, wait. Thank you, though.
You don't want to bite it like mother?
I can't do that. I don't know how she does that. Oh my lord. All right. You look amazing. Can't wait to see the videos. Shortly after college, my girlfriend Linda moved in with me. The relationship only lasted 8 months beyond that and was a total disaster. That's not relative right now. When she moved in, I was shocked by the sheer volume of random junk she felt unnecessary to bring into our small apartment. Box after box of stuff she accumulated over decades of never throwing anything out. Linda was absolutely Spartan compared to Rocky. He brought in so much crap we didn't have places to store it. Almost the entire dormitory had full of duffel bag things made like canvas-like material. There are random muddy colors. The visual aesthetic doesn't matter when you just got colors and manufacturing process makes. I don't even know what's in all of them. He doesn't explain. Every time I think he might be done, he brings in more bags. Well, I say he brings them in, but it's me. He hangs them on the ball, magnetically attaches to the wall, while I do all the work. Again, this is very reminiscent of Linda. This is a lot of things, I say. Yes, yes, he says. I need these things. A lot of things. Yes, yes, understand. Things in tunnel is last things. Okay, I grumble. I float back to the tunnel and grab the last few soft boxes. I maneuver them in the cockpit and label down in the cockpit and lab in the dormitory. I find a spot to cram them. There's very little space left. I vaguely wonder how much mass we just added to my ship. I managed to keep the area near my bunk clear. Then there's a spot on the floor that Rocky picked out as a sleeping locale. The rest of the room is a mad tangle of soft boxes taped to each other, the wall, other bunks, and everything else that would keep them from floating loose. Are we done? Yes. Now detach tunnel. I groan. You made the tunnel. You detach it. How I detach tunnel? Question. Me inside ball. Ah! Well, how do I do it? I don't understand Xenon. Xenonite? He made me a turning motion with two of the arms. Rotate tunnel. Okay. I grab my EVA suit. I'll do it, jerk. No. Understand. Last word. Not important. I climb into the suit and close the rear flap. Another wheel spin! Oh, sorry about hitting that mic. I hit the mic on my back. Hope I didn't blow out your ears. Blowing out your ears. We only got 8 minutes left in this chapter. 8 minutes left. What do we got? Round and round it goes. Where it stops. The Serpent of Wings and Night. Another rune.
Rune Danon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fed.
And I love it. At least tonight it is. At least tonight it's a rune. At least tonight it's a rune girly, right? It's like in the rune tonight. I mean, what? It's always a good night to be a rune girly. I'll tell you what. I am a heterosexual straight man, and I like rune. I'm just saying. Let's just keep it honest, folks. Let's just keep it real. All right, moving on. Rocky is surprisingly adept at doing things with a couple of magnets from inside his ball. Each of his duffel has a metal pad on him. He's able to climb along the pile and rearrange it as needed. Occasionally, a bag he is using purchased comes loose and he floats off. When that happens, he calls me and I pull him back. I hang on my bunk and watch him do his thing. Okay, step 1, astrophage sampling. Yes. He holds 2 hands in front of him and moves one around. Planet move around Tau. Astrophage go from Tau. Same at Iridan. Astrophage make more astrophage with carbon dioxide there. Yes, I say. Did you get a sample? No. My ship had devices for this, but device broke. You couldn't fix it? Device, not malfunction. Device broken. Fell off ship during trip. Device gone. Oh, wow. Why did it break off? He wiggled in his caprice. Not know. Many things break. My people make ship very hurry. No time make sure all things work good. Deadline induced quality issues. A problem all over galaxy. I tried to make replacement. failed, tried, failed, tried, failed. I put ship in path of astrophage. Maybe some get stuck on hull, but robot on hull can no find any. Astrophage, very small. His caprice slumps down. His elbows are above the level of his breathing holes. Sometimes he dips his caprice and sad, but I've never seen him dip it this far. His voice drops an octave. Fail, fail, fail. I am repair Eridan, and I am not science Eridan. Smart, smart, smart science Eridans die. Hey, don't think like that, I say. No understand. Ugh. I pull myself over to his piles of bags. You're alive, and you're here, and you haven't given up. Tell him, Dr. Gray, tell him. But his voice remains low. I try so many times, fail so many times. Not good at science. I am, I say. I am a science human. You're good at making and fixing things. Together, we'll figure this out. He raises his caprice a bit. Yes, together. You have device of sample astrophage? Question? The Eternal Collection Unit. I remember from my first day in the control room. I didn't think about it much at that time. But that's got to be it. Yes, I have a device for this. Relief. I try for so long. So many times fail. He's quiet for a moment. Much time here. Much time alone. How long were you alone? He pauses. Need new words. I pull my laptop off the wall. We run the new words every day, but they're happening fewer and fewer times per day. That's something. I launch the frequency analyzer and bring up my dictionary spreadsheet. Ready? 7,776 seconds is. Iridid rotates one circle and I immediately recognize the number. I worked it out back to when I was studying Rocky's clock. 7,776 is 6 to the 5th power. That's exactly how many Iridan seconds it takes to wrap an Iridan clock around all the zeros again. They divided their day very conveniently to them, to the metric numbers of seconds. I can follow that. An Iridan day. I entered into my dictionary. A planet rotating once is a day. Understand, he says. Iridan circles Irida one time every 198.8 Iridan days. 198.8 Iridan days is years, I say, and it enters. A planet going around the star once is in a year, so that's an Iridan year. We say on Earth units, and we get confused. How long is an Earth day? Question. And how many days is in one Earth year? Question. One Earth day is 86,400 seconds, and one Earth year is 365.25 days. That's why every 4 years we have to have a leap year. Understand? He says. I am 46 years. 46 years, I gasp. Earth years. I am here. 40. Holy fuck balls, Batman. Rocky has been sitting at Tau Ceti longer than I have been born. Holy fuck. Wow, my guy. I know people might not get into the story like that deep, but fuck. That's wow. Holy shit. Oh, sorry, hang on. I got an Amber Alert going off. Hang on. San Antonio, it's a few hours away. Bummer. Oh, I know, right? Oh, my Lord, Rocky. Oh, poor kid. Anyway, sorry. Wow. He's been stuck in this system longer than I've been alive. How? How long do Iridans live? He wiggled a claw. Average is 689 years. Earth years. Yes, he says a little shapely. Always Earth units. You are bad at math, so always Earth units. I can't even speak for a moment. How many years have you been alive? 291 years. He pauses. Yes, Earth years. Holy cow. Rocky is older than the United States. He was born around the same time as George Washington. He's not even that old from his species. There are old Iridans out there who were alive when Columbus discovered, and a bunch of people are already living in North America. Why are you so surprised? Question Rocky asks. How long do humans live? Question. Wow. They didn't explain that one in the movie. At least they did. I don't remember it. Oh, that changes. Wow. That's a whole new perspective right there. Oh my. That's too much time to be alive, Vic. That's funny, Vega. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, Star Side.
Again?
All right. I just started tonight on Star Side. Nice. Nice. All right. Hey, MA, what's up, girl? How you doing? How are you doing? Hope you're doing good tonight. We have, it's official, right? It's official.
It's on the TBR?
That's what I'm, no, but it's on the list. It's on the list. Not the plan to be. It's on like, it's got a like date.
It's
Yeah.
scheduled.
Yeah, it's scheduled.
On
Yes.
TBR.
So yes, MA, we finally got my TBR scheduled in your book, Beast to the Flames. It's like if I go on schedule and stay, it's like an August time frame. So we're getting there soon. We're doing good. We are just reading. I'm reading Project Hail Mary. I'm reading. So I'm about to hit my last chapter up for the night. We're doing, like I said, Project Hail Mary. We're about to do chapter 16. How's everything? I know you just you had that big adventure in your life. Hopefully it's going good for you. You got everything undone and you're getting situated in your new area. But all right. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you for, even if it's for a few minutes, for stopping by, saying hi. And again, for everybody that comes in here, all my voices that have been here with me most of the night, I appreciate y'all for coming in when y'all can and hanging out with me. All right, let's get into chapter 16, Project Hail Mary. You got your writing station complete. Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. Legitness. That's amazing. Good stuff. I'm glad to hear you getting situated in and you can get back to what you like doing. That's awesome. Love that for you. Seriously. Good stuff. Oh, thank you so much for the roses. You're amazing. Seriously. Thank you. That helps us grow here. I appreciate it. Okay. Chapter 16. Here we go. Whoa! I need another drink. Sorry. This is Earth gravity? Question. Rocky asks. His ball rests on the control room floor next to the pilot seat. I checked the centrifuge control screen. We're up to full rotational velocity and spool extension. The crew compartment has done the 180-degree turn correctly. The diagram shows the two halves of the ship with full separation. We're spinning smoothly in a void. The lab gravity value equals 1G. Yes, this is Earth gravity. He steps side to side, rolling his geodesic dome one face back and forth. Not much gravity. What is value? Question. 9.8 meters per second. Not much gravity, he repeats. Arid gravity is 20.48. That's a lot of gravity, I say, but that's to be expected. He told me about the Irid before, including the mass and diameter. I knew their surface gravity had to be roughly double Earth's. Nice to have my calculations verified, though. And a side note, wow, Rocky's mass is 168 kilograms. That means his homeworld, he tips the scales at almost 800 pounds. And that's his native environment. So I assume he can move around just fine. 800 pounds can skitter around effortlessly. Can skitter around effortlessly. Good Lord. Mental note, do not get into an arm wrestling match with an Iridan. So I say, leaning back in the pilot's seat, what's the plan? Fly to the Petrova line and get some astrophage? Yes, but first I make Xenonite room for me. He points down to the hatchway towards the rest of the crew compartment, mostly in the sleep room, but tunnels in the lab, and the small area in the control room. Is okay? Question? Well, you can't just stay in a ball forever. Yes, that's fine. Where is the Xenonite? Xenonite parts in bag in dormitory. Liquids mixed become Xenonite, like epoxy, but really, really strong epoxy. Interesting. Someday I want to know all about Xenonite. I not understand science. I just use apology. That's okay. I can't explain how to make a thinking machine. I just use it. Good. You understand. How long will your Xenonite construction take? 4 days. Could be 5. Why you ask question? I want to work fast. Why so fast? Question. Slower is safer. Less mistakes. I shift in my chair. Earth is in a bad state. It's getting worse all the time. I have to hurry. Not understand, says Rocky. Why are so bad so fast? Question. Earth go bad slower? Have at least 72 years before big problem. 72 years? Man, I wish Earth had that. Wait. Irid go bad slower. 72 years before problem. 72 years. Okay, I wish Earth had that kind of time. But 72 years from now, Earth will be a frozen wasteland, and 99% of the human population will be schmed. Why isn't Iridiz badly affected? I furrow my brow, only to think for a moment before I have my answer. It's all about the thermal energy storage. Irid is much hotter than Earth, I say. Irid is much larger and much thicker atmosphere, so Irid has a lot more heat stored in its air. Earth is getting cold fast, very fast. In 14 more years, most humans will be... His voice became monotone. Its very serious intonation. Understand, stress, concern. Yes. He clicks 2 claws together. Then we work. We work now. Learn how to kill astrophage. Return to Earth. You explain. Save Earth. I sigh. I'm going to have to explain this eventually. Might as well be now. I'm not going back. I'm going to die here. His caprice shudders. Why? Question. My ship only had enough fuel for the trip here. I don't have enough to go back home. I have tiny little probes that will return to Earth with my findings, but I will stay here. Why is mission like this? Question. This was all my fuel my planet could make in time. You knew this when you left Earth? Question. You are a good human. Sorry. I gotta take a... I try not to think about my impending doom. So let's collect astrophage. I have some ideas how we can get some samples. My equipment is good for detecting trace amounts. Wait, he holds up a claw. How much astrophage you need to ship to return Earth? Question. Just over 2 million kilograms, I say. I can give, he says. I sit up in my chair. What? I can give. I have extra. I can give that much and still have plenty for my return to Irid. You can have. My heart skips a beat. Seriously? It's a lot of fuel. Let me repeat it. 2 million kilograms. 2 times 10 to the 6th power. Yes, I have much astrophage. My ship was efficient, more efficient than we planned on trip here. You can have 2 million kilograms. I fall back into my seat. I pant. I almost hyperventilate. I'm going to drink 2 more bottles of vodka that I took from the Russian lady that passed away. Sorry, wait. My eyes well up. Oh my God. No understand. I wipe away tears. You are okay? Question. Yes, I sob. Yes, I'm okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am happy. You know, die. Let's save planets. I break down crying, tears of joys. I'm going to live. Oh, DW, you have it. Okay, I got you. Keep it mouth closed. Mouth closing. I will try to keep my movie references. So 7 times. The first time we saw this, Liz Face cried 7 times during the movie. Today, I think there was like 9 people. There was like 9 times of tears. There's always. What do we got? Ooh, Mistborn and. Half the Chinese crew stood on the flight deck. Some were actually doing their job, but most were just there to catch a look at humanity's saviors. Ooh, yes, I will. On the next spin, I got you. That one's at, here, I can tell you. Riddick's at, ooh, Mistborn's at 5. I got you. Oh, thank you for the roses. Thank you. I appreciate you, girl. The whole science team was there as well. The same set as usual suspects had our weekly status meeting. Stroud, me, Dimitri, Loken, and our latest addition, Dr. Lamai. Excuse me. Oh, and no science team would be complete without the gambling addicted swindler, so Bob Rendell was there too. To be fair, Bob had done his job well. He had managed the Sahara astrophage farm magnificently. It's rare to find a scientist who is also a good administrator. It was no easy task, but the farm was generating astrophage at the levels promised. The helicopters came in low and slow and landed perfectly on the helipad. The ground crew rushed up to secure it. The rotors remained spinning and the cargo doors open. 3 people walked out, each dressed in blue jumpsuits, each bearing the country's flag on their shoulders, a Chinese man, a Russian woman, and an American man. The ground crew ushered them in from a safe distance and the topper took off again. Moments later, a second helicopter landed just like the first. The helicopter carried 3 astronauts. In this case, a Russian woman, and an American woman. A Russian man, a Russian woman, and an American woman. These 6 would be the prime and backup crews for the Hail Mary. Either of the helicopters could easily have carried all 6 astronauts, but Strat had a very strict rule. Under no circumstances could any crew member and their backup share a plane, helicopter, or a car. Each position was specialized and would require years of specific training. We wouldn't want one crash to ruin humanity's chance of survival. The Canada pool wasn't deep. There weren't many coma-resistant people out there who had the right stuff. Ooh, baby, I gotta get to you, girl. Sorry. And we're willing to go on a schmooverside schmission. Still, even with the reduced pool and the winnowing, the selection process had been brutal before and filled with pointless politicking by every government involved. Strat stayed firm and insisted on only the best candidates, but some concessions had to be made. Women, I said. Yes, Strat gambled, despite your guidelines. Yes. Good. No, it isn't, she frowned. I got overruled by the Americans and Russians on it. I folded my arms. I never would have thought a woman would be so sexist against a woman. It's not sexism, it's realism. She righted a strand of her hair and had blown into my face. My guidelines were that all candidates must be heterosexual men. Why not heterosexual women? The vast majority of scientists, trained astronauts, candidates are men. That's the world we live in. Don't like it? Encourage female students. I am reading a book, TikTok. I am reading a book. Don't come at me, gosh dang it. Don't come at me. To get into STEM. I am not here to interact social equalities. I'm here to do whatever's necessary to save humanity. Still seems sexist. Call it what you like. There's no room for this mission for sexual tension. What happens if there's some kind of romantic entanglement or dispute? People schmill for less. I look across the deck to the candidates. Captain Yang, welcome aboard. He took their special interest in the countrymen. The 2 were smiles and handshakes. You didn't want a Chinese guy either. You thought the space program was still too young. But I hear you picked him to be the prime commander, the primary crew commander. He's the most qualified, so he's the commander. Maybe the Russians and Americans over there are more qualified too. Maybe the people literally saving the world will be a professional. Maybe cutting off literally half the talent pool because you're afraid astronauts to keep in their pants isn't a good idea. We'll have to hope and see. The Russian woman, Ilyanka, is on the prime crew as well. She's a materials expert as far as the best candidate for the task. Science expert is Martin Dubois, the American man. 2 men, 1 woman, a recipe for disaster. I put my hand in the chest in a mocking surprise. Goodness me, Dubois appears to be black. I'm surprised you allowed it. Aren't you afraid he'll ruin the mission with the talk of rap music and basketball? Wow, this is a book, TikTok. This is not me. This is a book. I'm just saying. I read that book, DW, you're a trip. That's hilarious. Instead of space daddies, we've got space daddies. That's funny. You should write that book, DW. Oh, shut up, she said. We watched the astronauts get surrounded by the deck crew. They're absolutely starstruck, especially with Yao. The boss has 3 doctorates, physics, chemistry, and biology. Strap pointed the American woman. American woman! Over there is Annie Shapiro. She invented a new kind of DNA splicing that's called the Shapiro method. Seriously, I said. That's Annie Shapiro? She invented 3 enzymes from scratch to splicing DNA use. Yes. Very smart lady. She did it for a PhD thesis. Her thesis? Do you know how many people are on track for a Nobel Prize from research they did in grad school? Not many. I can tell you that much. And she's your second choice for the science expert? She's the most talented DNA splicing specialist alive. But Dubois has strength in a huge variety of fields, and that's more important. We don't know what they're going to encounter out there. We need someone with a broad range of knowledge. Ah, she's a jack of all trades. Amazing people, I said. Best of the best. I'm glad you're impressed because you'll be twinning Dubois and Shapiro. I'm going to do what? Me, I asked. I don't know how to train astronauts. NASA and Roscosmos will teach them the astronaut stuff. You're going to teach them the science stuff. Are you kidding? They're way smarter than me. What would I teach them? Don't sell yourself short, said Strout. You're the world's leading expert on astrophage biology. You're going to impart every single thing you know into both of them. Here comes the prime crew. Yao, Ilyanka, and Dubois walking over to Strat. Yao bowed. He spoke with a very slight accent, but otherwise perfect English. Miss Strat, this is an honor to finally meet you. Please accept my deepest gratitude for selecting me as commander for this critical mission. Nice to meet you too, she said. You were the most qualified. No thanks required. Hello! Ilyanka lunged forward and hugged Strat. I'm here to die for the Earth. Pretty awesome. Yes? I leaned to Dmitri. Are all the Russians crazy? Yes, he said with a smile. It was the only way to be happy in Russia at the same time. That's dark. That's Russian. Dubois shook Strat's hand and shook softly to be almost inaudible. Miss Strat, thank you for this opportunity. I won't let you down. And the other science leads all shook hands with 3 astronauts. It was a disorganized affair, more like a cocktail mixture than a formal meeting. In the middle of it all, Dubois turned to me. I believe you're Ryland Grace. Yeah, I said. It's an honor to meet you. What you're doing is just, I can't even comprehend the sacrifice you're making. Or should I not talk about it? I don't know. Maybe we don't talk about it? He smiled. It's on your mind quite often. We don't have to avoid the subject. Besides, you and I are birds of a feather, it would seem. I shrugged. I guess so. I mean, you're way more advanced than I am, but I do love cellular biology. Well, yes, that too, he said. But I was talking about the coma resistance. I hear you have the coma resistance markers, just like me, and the rest of the crew. I do? His eyebrows raised. They didn't tell you? No. I shot a look to Strout. She was busy talking to Embezzler Bob and Commander Yao. First I'm hearing of it. That's odd, he said. Why wouldn't she tell me? You're asking the wrong person, Dr. Grace. My guess is they only told Strout, and she only told the people who needed to know. It's my DNA, I grumbled. Someone should have told me. The boss definitely changed the subject. In any event, I am looking forward to learning all about the astrophage life cycles, Dr. Shapiro. My counterpart, the backup crew, is also very excited. We shall be in the classroom of two, I suppose. Do you have any experience teaching? Actually, yes, I do. A lot. Excellent. Time for a spin. Oh, man. Oh, man. It's getting deep. Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Round and round we go. Oh, 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 oh. 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 That's a tough one. I'm gonna go with that looks like it's a Riddick to me. That's a rune. Sorry, not a Riddick. That's a rune. That was a rune.
Rune Den.
I hit the mic. I'm sorry. That was a close one. I'm lying. That was a close one. The Serpent of Wings and Night. Now gets its fourth. It's a Riddick. It's a Riddick. That was a Riddick. It was a Riddick. Or not a Riddick. It was a rune. It was a rune. Sorry. It was a rune. Not a Riddick, a rune. I get them backwards. I don't know why I get them backwards. I just get them backwards. On the wheel. Only on the wheel. Ah! Let's get into it. Back on it. Here we go. I'm all smiles. It's been 3 days since I found out I won't schmy, and I'm still all smiles. Well, actually, I could still easily die. The trip home is long and dangerous. Just because I survived my coma the way here doesn't mean I'll survive it all the way home. Maybe I can stay awake and just try the feeding tube slurry when my normal runs out. I can do 4 years alone, right? We were in a coma to get here from killing one another, but solitary confinement is a whole different set of psychological damage. I should read up on it. But not now. Right now, I have to save Earth. My own survival is a problem for later, but it's a problem, not a hopeless guarantee of death. Hey, Bobby Lee, how you doing? How you doing? Hope you're having a good night. Hope you're having a good night. The light on the centrifuge screen blinks green. Gravity at full, I say with a smile. We're back in 0G for a short time now before I have the centrifuge going again. I had to spin down because I needed to use the engines. Oh, wait. Hang on. Because we have to use the engines. We can't have centrifuge gravity and propulsion at the same time. Just imagine firing up the spin drives when the ship is in two pieces connected by 100 meters of cable. It's not a pleasant thought. During the decades that Rocky's been here, he surveyed the system very well. He gave me all the information he's accumulated. He's cataloged 6 planets, noted their size, mass positions, orbital characteristics, and general atmospheric makeup. He didn't have to travel around to do it. He just did astronomical observations from the blip A. Turns out Iridians are as curious about things as humans are. We're doing pretty good, Bobby. We're doing good. This week seems to be doing better than last week for sure. I'll say that much. And it's only Monday, but we're doing better. I hope you're having a good week so far, too. And it's a good thing, too. This just isn't Star Trek. I just can't flip on a scanner and get all that information about a star system and look at Rocky's months of observations to get things in level detail. And more importantly, Rocky knows all about the local Petrova line. As expected, it goes to one specific planet, probably the one that has the most carbon dioxide. In this case, it's the third planet from the star, Tau Ceti E. At least that's what Earth calls it. So that'll be our first stop. Sure, we could fly the Hail Mary through any part of the Petrova line and get some astrophage that way. But we're only interested in the line for a few seconds. A solar system is not a static thing. We have to keep moving for fast enough to maintain the orbit around the star. The Tau Ceti E is nice and big in the planet's widest part of the Petrova line. We can park the Hail Mary in orbit and immerse the local astrophage for half of the Earth for every orbit. And we can stay there as long as we want, getting as much data as we need about the astrophage here and the dynamics of the Petrova line itself. So we're on our way to the mysterious planet. I can't just ask Mr. Sulu to pilot a course. I spend 2 days doing math, checking my work, and rechecking my work before I figure out the exact angle of thrust to apply. Sure, I have 20,000 kilograms of astrophage left. And yes, that's quite a lot of fuel considering I can fly 1.5 Gs by spending 6 grams per second. And yes, Rocky's ship apparently has scads of astrophage. I still don't understand how he has so much extra fuel, but I'm conserving fuel anyway. We had a great 3-day road trip. Nice! Heck yeah, Bobby, that sounds amazing. I'm glad you got to enjoy some weekend. Good time. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. That's epic. It was going good, I got us going a good head of steam, and we were on course for Tau Ceti E. I'll do the orbiter insertion burn in about 11 days. We'll wait as many as we have gravity, so we're back in centrifuge mode. 11 days. Truly astonishing. The total distance we'll be traveling to get over is 1,000... What did you say? The total distance we'll be traveling to get there is over 150 million kilometers. That's about the same distance as it is from Earth to the Sun, and we're doing it in 11 days. How? By having an absurd velocity. I did 3 hours of thrust to get us going, and I'll do another 3 when we get to Tau Ceti E to slow down. Right now, we're cruising along at 162 kilometers per second. It's just ridiculous. If you left Earth at that speed, you'd get to the moon in 40 minutes. Wow. This entire maneuver, including the burn to have to do the slowdown at the Earth, will consume 130 kilograms of fuel. Astrophage. Crazy stuff. Hey, little girl. Cat butt. I'm playing. Astrophage is crazy stuff. Rocky stands in the bulb of clear xenonite on the floor to the control room. Boring name, Rocky says. What? What name is boring? I ask. He spent days building up the Iridian zone throughout the ship. He even installed his own new tunnel from deck to deck. It's like having a giant hamster trail everywhere. He shifts his weight from holding onto another. Tau Ceti E. Boring name. Then give it a name. Me? Name? No, you name. You were here first. I unclip my seatbelt and stretch out. You identified it. You plotted the orbit and location. You name it. This is your ship. You name it. I shake my head. Earth cultural rules. If you're at a place first, you get to name everything you discover there. He thinks it over. Xenonite is truly amazing. Just a centimeter of transparent material separates 1/5 atmosphere of oxygen pressure and Rocky's 29 atmospheres of ammonia. Not to mention my 20 degrees Celsius of Rocky's 210 degrees Celsius. He's taken over more in some of them He's taken over more of some rooms than others. The dormitory is almost like his The dormitory is almost entirely his domain now. I insist he move all his crap into the compartment, so we agree he could have the most space in there. He also puts a large airlock in the dormitory. He's based on the size of the Hail Mary's airlock on the assumption that I need anything important in the ship would likely be small enough to fit through that. I can never go into that zone. My EVA suit would never stand up to his environment. I'd get squished like a grape. The airlock is really so we can pass items back and forth. The lab is mostly mine. He has tunnel leading up the sides and another teeing off and running along the ceiling and ultimately through the ceiling into the control room. He can observe any of the scientific stuff I do. But in the end, Earth equipment wouldn't work in his environment. So it has to be mine. And for the control room, it's tight. Rocky put a xenonite bulb on the floor next to the hatchway. He really did try to keep the intrusion to a minimum. He assures me that the bulk holes to my bulkhead won't affect my ship's structural integrity. Okay, he finally says, name is... I don't need the frequency analyzer anymore to know that was an A below C minor major fifth below the E flat octave and then a G minor seventh. Get fucking bent on that bullshit. Okay, Charlie Puth. I want to see Charlie Puth and fucking Rocky have a fucking, you know, one of those people with like pitch perfect hearing and shit. I want to see one of those motherfuckers talk to Rocky. You know what I mean? Yeah, get me out of here. What the fuck? Like, again. Okay, I'm going to read that one again. An A below middle C major fifth followed by an E flat octave and then a G minor seventh. A wah babaloo bam a la bamboo.
Bro speaking like, I don't know, Taylor Swift and Harry Styles.
Bruh, I think it's easier to speak fucking German than that shit. What are you talking about? Good Lord. I entered into my spreadsheet, though I don't know why. I haven't looked at it. What does it mean? It's the name of my mate. I widen his eyes. That little devil. He never told me he had a mate. I guess Iridians don't kiss and tell. We've covered some biological basics during our travels. I explained how humans make more humans. He told me where baby Iridians come from. They're hermaphrodites. They reproduce by laying eggs next to each other. Hermaphrodites? Hermaphrodites. Hermaphrodites. I read that right. All right. Yeah. They reproduce by laying eggs next to each other. Stuff happens between the eggs and one of them absorbs the other, leaving one vibrant egg that will hatch one Iridian year. 42 Earth days. Wow. Laying eggs together is basically the Iridian equivalent of schmecks. They mate for life. But this is the first I've heard of Rocky doing it. You have a mate. Unknown, Rocky says. Mate possibly has new mate. I gone a long time. Sad, I say. Yes, sad, but necessary. Must say virid. You pick human word for proper nouns or a headache. If you were learning German from a guy named Hans, you just call him Hans. But I literally can't make any noises Rocky makes, and vice versa. So when one of his tells you about a name, he picks the other one and has to invent a word to represent that name in their own language. Rocky's actual name is a sequence of notes. He told it to me once, but it has no meaning in the language, so it stuck with Rocky. My name is actually an English word, so Rocky just calls me an Iridian word for grace. Anyway, now I have come up with an English word that means Rocky's spouse. Adrian! I say, why not? Human word is Adrian. Understand, he says. He heads down a tunnel into lab. I put my hands on my hips and crane my neck and watch what he's doing. Where are you going? Eat! Eat. Wait. I've never seen him eat. I've never seen him in an orifice other than the radiator vents on the top of his caprice. How does he get food in, for that matter? How does he lay eggs? He's been pretty cagey about it. He ate in a ship when we were connected, but I think he snuck a few meals here and there while I slept. I scamper down the ladder to the lab. He's already halfway down the vertical tunnel climbing in the many headboards. I keep up, climbing my own ladder. Hey, I want to watch. Rocky reaches the lab floor and pauses. It's private. I sleep. I eat. You watch me sleep. Question. I want to watch you eat. Why? Question. Science, I say. Rocky shifts his caprice from right to left a few times. Arid body language for mild annoyance. It's biological. It's gross. Science! He wiggles his caprice again. Okay, you watch. He continues downward. Yes! I follow him down. I squeeze into my little area of the dormitory. All I have these days is my bed, the toilet, and the robot arms. To be fair, he doesn't have much room either. He has the most volume, but it's laden with all his junk. Plus, he made me an ad hoc workshop in there and life support system out of the ship parts. He opens up one of the many soft side bags and pulls out a sealed package. He tears it with his claws, and there are various shapes I can't identify, mostly rock material like his caprice. He sets about tearing them apart into smaller and smaller pieces with his claws. Is that your food? I ask. Social discomfort, he says. No talk. Sorry. I guess eating for them is something gross that has to be done in private. He tears the rocky chunks off the food and exposes meat underneath. It's definitely meat. It looks just like earth meat. Considering we're almost certain descendants from the same basic building blocks of life, I bet he uses the same proteins and has the same general solutions to various evolutionary changes. Once again, I'm struck by melancholy. I want to spend the rest of my life studying Eridan biology, but I have to save humanity first. Stupid humanity getting in the way. God dang it. Getting in the way of my hobbies. He pulls out all the rocky chunks of meat and sets it aside, and he tears the meat into the small chunks all the time. He keeps the food in the packaging it came in. It never touches the floor. I wouldn't want my food touching the floor either. After a while, he has the shredded edible parts of the meat down as far as his hands as he can, far more than any human would want with their food. He sits down over the other compartment. He steps over to the other side of his compartment, leaving his food where it was. He pulls a flat cylindrical cylinder from a sealed box and places it under his thorax. Then things get gross. He did warn me. I can't complain. The rocky armor on his abdomen splits, and I see something freshly rip open underneath. A few drops of shiny silver liquid dribbles out. Blood? Then a gray blob plops out of his body in the pan. It lands with a dampening, then seals the pan and puts it back into the box it came from. He returns the food and flips over to his back. Grabbing an abdominal hole is still open. I can see inside. There's a soft-looking flesh in there. He reaches over with a few of his hands and grabs some choice morsels of food. He brings them to the opening and drops them in. He repeats the process, slowly and methodically, until all the food is in his mouth. Stomach? There is no chewing. There are no teeth. As far as I can tell, there are no moving parts inside. He finishes the last of his meal, then lets his arms fall limp. He lies spread eagle on the floor, immobile. I resist the urge to ask if he's okay. I mean, he looks schmed, but there's probably just how the Iridians eat. And poop. Yeah, I'm guessing that blob came out earlier with what he left in the previous meal. What's that maelstrom that is? The waste that comes out of the same opening that the food goes in? The opening in his abdomen closes slowly. A scabbard-like material forms where the break in the skin was. But I don't see it for long. There's a rocky abdominal covering folds back into place shortly thereafter. I sleep, he slurs. You watch. Question? A food coma for Rocky is no small thing. He doesn't look voluntary at all. This is a biological enforced post-meal siesta. Yes, I watch sleep. Sleep, he mumbles. He then conks out, still belly up on the floor. His breathing speeds up. It always does when he first falls asleep. His body has to dump all that heat into the circulatory system. After a few moments, he stops panting. Now I know well he is truly asleep. Once he gets past the panting phase, I've never seen him wake up back in less than 2 hours. I can sneak off to do my own thing. Rub one out. This is the case. I write down everything I just saw about his digestive cycle. Step 1. Subject defecates from the mouth. Yep, I say to myself, that's pretty friggin' gross.
That wasn't in the movie.
What happened?
We don't want to talk about DW hasn't seen the movie yet. So we can't. They just described the book's difference to how they eat. We just got that difference. Yes.
We just learned
Wow.
how Rocky eats. and
I like the
uses
book better
body.
than the movie.
Can I read to myself how Rocky eats?
Also, show her the page how they make babies. Oh, him and Adrian. Here, I remember.
She remembers.
So, Starside! Another vote for Starside.
That Etsy witch, bro.
I'm telling you, DW's Etsy Witch. All right. Starside is leading at 12. Starside is leading. And I guess y'all said, I guess you're saying Starside is a solo right now because it's not out. So right now, that's reading. If we get through solo books with 12. But all right, folks, it's our 10:30 time. We are going to end it here. I want to thank everybody for coming out and hanging out with me tonight as we read Project Hail Mary, chapters 13, 14, and 15, I believe. If you like it, join us again tomorrow where we continue on. What do we, 15? Wherever we were at, and there we are. So anyway, Until next time, folks, I want to appreciate you hanging out with me, Liz, painted Liz face.
Hi, guys.
And we will see you tomorrow night. I hope you all have a great day and a great rest of your night. Until next time, have a good one, folks. Boom, boom, boom. Good night, all.